Hello, everyone. Not much, Troy. What are you up to? I'm getting along all right tonight. What you been up to today, Troy? Yeah, that happens every once in a while. Can't beat that. You ever do that, Diane? Hello. How you getting along tonight? What kind of beef you chewing on, Troy? Yeah, it starts off pretty good, but it can get pretty bad before it's over with, can't it, Diane? Ooh, that sounds good. Hmm. Killing this cookie. I can lay down and sleep in the daytime like a baby. Sun goes down, I wake up. Well, I don't guess this is really a pity party for me, but it sure makes you remember some good times too, though. It's funny how, I don't know about y'all, but I'll hear a song and it'll remind me of a place or a thing or a person or something. A lady that I know. Hello, Amy. She was talking about Conway and she said, talking about the music he got by with. She said, yeah, I said, the only thing wrong with Conway, when he wrote all them songs, he was just horny. That was all. Yeah, duh. You get to listening to one song, you're gonna listen to two or three, and you listen to one, and it'll go to another one, and then it'll go to another one, and it'll go to another one. First thing you know, you've been sitting there listening to it for 3 or 4 hours. How you doing tonight, Miss Amy? Hello, Ron. How you been doing, buddy? Are you working, Amy, or are you off tonight? Hello, Mike. Have you been in anybody's cookie jar, Mike? Okay. Yeah, sometimes that music affects you that way. But I guess that's better than not having any memories at all. It'd be a pretty dull life if you couldn't have some memories. You must have been hungry, Troy. I need to move it that burnt computer away from my ice box. It's just too handy to turn around and get in that ice box in the trailer. You don't even have to get up. I'm gonna get fat as a bear if I don't quit eating ice cream and sitting behind this computer too. Oh, Jason America. How you doing? Miss Erica, how are you feeling? Feeling too good other night, were you? Mm-mm-mm. Amy, maybe you need to put another quarter in that jukebox and bring one more round. Yeah. Wow, been working then, huh, gal? No, I just when you said that's when I saw you. They moving pretty fast. I missed it. Well, it must be nice to have a voice that you can do that with, yo. And we were just talking about music can put you in a bad mood or a good mood or remind you of a lot of things. Oh, Jim. She had got a set of pipes on her. Wow, that's neat. And you get a bad mood like I was getting that a while ago, Fairy Dust. I can tell already it's going to be one night. Yeah, I'm sort of the same way. That cruise control is my best friend when I got that music turned. Now, I didn't ignore you, Michael Ann. I said something to you when you first came in. Hmm. Okay. I have to go subscribe to you. I ain't never stopped y'all before. Boy, I tell you what, it's gonna be one of them nights. She's already don't like the way I talk to her. Yeah, I'll do that. Hmm. Damn. I did most certainly. Both gonna be feisty tonight. I can tell. Erica, one night and talk to you getting up on screen and singing a little bit for us. Yeah, the koala bears are buffing her. I know it's not a bear. And I hope you get feeling a little better there, William. I ought to change my channel name, but I don't. I probably won't after this long. Yeah, Ron Darrell on my channel. The reason it was named that is my partner that I fish with and hunt with and everything. His name's Darrell, and I couldn't get any other Nick on that with both our names on it, so I just put Ron Darrell in on. Everybody on here calls me Ron Darrell. Darrell's not my name. I've answered the words and asked, so I don't guess it makes any difference. Damn, Janice, as slow as they move, if they were smoking them leaves, they really would be in slow motion, wouldn't it? I try to straighten it out a little bit. Here, don't worry about it anymore. Hey, what did you want us to call you though, Cookie? Yeah, we're doing good here, John. If you really want to get Mike's attention, you just got to say, where in the hell is Mike? Who in the hell is Mike? Yeah, that's not a bad idea sometime, Cookie. Well, Diane sharpened her claws up last night, I think. Ain't no telling what Lance will do. That boy's something else. Ron is me. Daryl's my fishing partner, and me and him can get in more trouble when we get out of when we get off. Mm-mm-mm. Hell, all my exes live in Texas too, but they don't know how in the hell to find me. I don't think. Probably won't do anymore. I'm surprised there's really not more of that than there is. I was in some room one night and somebody came in there that was supposedly an ex-wife. Somebody come in this room starting something like this. I don't think they'd stand a chance. I need to lease Rocky out, this little old bulldog of mine, and put him to work as a paper shredder. And he tear more paper up than you clean up. I appreciate it, Nicole. I don't ever think about that thumbs up. Hmm. They can clean this trailer up, and an hour later, it looks like a bomb blew up in here. Hello, how you doing, Lena? We get all kind of names going in here tonight. with this crew, Cookie, you better watch what they call you. You start calling you cream puff and it'll stick. Oh, Lillian, oh, I'm doing great. How about you? Yeah. You come on with a handle of cream puff. Now that might uh, give a wrong message to some folks. But did you answer to it? Well, it just let you get by with a little bit more. Wow, that's neat, Linda. Ooh, that was a good day, wasn't it, Lillian? Yeah. How many brothers did you have? Y'all must be getting them pretty fast because they haven't popped up in Streamlord yet. I didn't see them either. No, not that wouldn't be Victoria. Oh, what was her name? Their niece just got killed or something, was it? I don't know her. Yeah, okay. Were you a little Johnny Cookie? Okay, good. Y'all got those quick. Like I say, they never did come up on StreamYard. I didn't see them anyway. Yeah, that'd be about way my deal would go. So Like a damn it, boy. We had been pretty lucky. We had never several nights there. We didn't have any. Yeah, I know it. Y'all quick. Glad you ain't shooting at me with a gun. Mm. You talk about some heroes, and I ain't gonna get into politics. They, them people over there in Ukraine, they need a pat on the back. They might be gonna lose over there, but they're gonna make some people pay the price. I just remind me not to get in the way. You know, you say that, Dennis, but when a woman shoots at somebody, they kill them because they just point it, pull the trigger, so they hit them in the head. Usually, we appreciate it, Mister Kenny. You want me to drop you a link? Yeah. Oh, good. Need more practice, Diane. Now, just a little bit to the right, Diane. Yeah, there you go. Facebook, I was on it a while ago when I was having trouble. It was kicking me off, freezing up. There you go. It kicked me offline, Jenny. You know, it's funny, Diane. My my whole family always deer hunted. My mom didn't shoot a whole lot. Pick that rifle up and she shot at something. It was dead. Hello, love. How you doing, girl? Good for you.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. Damn, got an echo in here.
Do you really?
Yeah. No. Oh, Lord.
Oh, me.
What have you been up to?
Oh, nothing much. I got some exciting news today, hopefully. Or yesterday,
What's
actually.
that?
I finally get to see that 1976 GMC pickup truck out of the shop.
Now say it again. That's my damn internet cut out on me.
I finally get to see that 1976 GMC pickup truck out of the shop
All right.
today. Supposed to go pick it up today.
That'd be a good deal. You have your another set of wheels anyway, won't
Yeah, I'd be able to give the van a break until I at least be able to get some help putting that power steering gearbox on.
you? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Glad you got your pickup.
yeah, I got it yet. Well, I called the guy yesterday and he said I was supposed to go pick it up today, so which is Tuesday, so gonna go pick it up uh sometime this morning. This morning, this afternoon.
Damn. Love, you want to come up? I'll drop a link.
Oh God, my. Oh yeah, another good news. Whoa, I am getting feedback and I don't have nothing else on. I'm being honest, I don't have nothing else on.
Oh, I think he just turned the TV up or something.
But anyway, I did get some travel insurance this time. I uh I went online, did some researching online, and I got some quotes, and one of them insurances that I got that called me today. I asked him. I asked him. I said, now I want some travel insurance, and I said I wanted to also not only cover my luggage, but I also wanted to cover medical expenses too. And this type, I forget the name of the company now, um, but I should see the card here within the next couple of days. Um, but this is a worldwide uh, travel insurance, so I'm covered anywhere outside the U.S. and things like that. So it's and it includes a lot of good stuff in the package. Um,
Oh, that's good.
so yeah.
Hello, Dan.
Hey Dan.
Hey, well, that's good. You had a pretty good day then, didn't you?
Yeah, I the only thing was is that ever since I did it online, I did it through online, like what Amy was showing me last night on her live. Uh, I've been having every other insurance company try to get me to go with them and stuff. I've been having phone calls after phone calls today, and yeah, I just not. And I've been having to block a lot of them. Hey, Camp Going One, Linda.
Boy, this
Hey,
damn
Mike.
internet jumping in
What?
and out.
Oh, your internet's cutting in and out.
Yeah, and that's me too. It's not you.
But
There it goes again. Hang, hang on, I'm gonna do something right quick. I'll be right back.
I, but anyway, so uh, they're gonna. I also have it set up to where they should take out the payment every month as what every month as well. Uh, but hey, Cat. Hey, Cookie. Hey, Fairy Dust.
Hello, cat. Well,
Do what?
Linda, you want to come
Is that
up
how much
or
it is per year?
uh, Michael Ann? You want to come up?
Yeah.
Amy, are you home yet, Amy?
I hate to hear that your day's been rough, Amy. I hope it gets better for you. Fairy Dust says to say hey to you. He says hey back in his sleep. Well, he's not really asleep, but he's sitting there wide awake. Well, he's maybe half asleep. Whatever you want to call it.
You come up here and let us pick on you for a while, Amy. I understand. Ain't no problem.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, how you doing?
Good night.
I'm eating black raspberry ice cream. Oh, it's a
Oh man.
10.
Man, I hadn't had, Lord, I hadn't had ice cream, and I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know
mm,
when.
it's really good.
In all honesty, I couldn't tell you the last time I even had ice cream.
Well,
They
if I got to count more than an hour, I couldn't tell you. I just got through the big bowl of it a while ago.
I wish I had some.
mm, it's, Safeway, where my son works at, the grocery store, they have like a half a gallon for like $1.77. And I
Wow.
bought the raspberry kind with chocolate chips in it, and then I bought some vanilla. I bought some orange sherbet, and I bought some what do they call that? Cookie dough. Cookie dough's gone, sherbet's gone. I'm working on this one.
Uh,
Really, really super, super good, you know. But yeah,
Doesn't
I took
last.
my hmm
It doesn't last around here either.
right, right. I took my dog to a acupuncture today. My big dog, and when he went in this morning or this afternoon, he could hardly walk. And then by the time we got out of there, now my little dog wants to come up here. Hang on just a second.
good night, Dan. It's always good seeing you in the chats. And I've been
Yeah,
really enjoying your videos, Dan.
yeah, me too, Dan. Appreciate you coming in.
I commented tonight, Dan. Yeah, so
You're still not.
oops. But yeah, she did the acupuncture today on my dog, and then she gave him some like supplements to help with the pain and stuff like that. So as long as it works.
Turn your phone. You
Have you got
turn your phone sideways.
Linda?
Oh,
There you go.
am I upside down or like this?
Yeah, the other way. There.
Let's have the orientation wrong.
I don't know how
Like this, Linda.
I know I did, but I'm upside down.
She might have the orientation on her phone locked, so it doesn't rotate.
Oh, let me look. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't
Thought I
see
was
myself.
getting drunk there
There
for
you
a
go.
little bit.
I don't know. I'm new at this stuff, you know. Let me see if I can get myself
Feel
situated
lonesome.
here. I don't have I have like a little stand here. Hold on just a second. Let me look and see if I can. That ain't gonna work either. Here, wait. Let me throw something on here because I don't have my laptop. I just have my, you know, my cell or my cell phone. You know. So, but anyhow, so yeah. So
That's
yeah,
your
my
buddy
dog.
there.
I want some.
Yeah, she wants some. This is little Tia. And then this one over here, that's Blondie. And then my dog Susie. Well, I don't know, you can't really see her. My room's a mess. But anyhow, she's snoring right now. I gave let's see, Maggie, Mia, Blondie, Susie a haircut today. I'm still kind of full of hair, so I gotta, you know, watch everything. I don't know if I got hair falling in my ice cream. So
Oh, every time I eat ice cream, boy, I got an echo, don't
I think it was. Is it me?
I? And I've got.
Unmuted.
Got well, have you got StreamYard and YouTube both open on your phone?
I don't know. Let me look and see. I'm going to turn this the other way for a second. Hang on just a second.
Okay. 'Cause I reached some kill YouTube.
I don't hear it now, so it must be hers.
Must be.
I like ice cream, but ice cream doesn't like me, so I usually stick to sherbet.
Are
I
you
like orange sherbet.
are you a diabetic, Michael Ann?
No, I'm lactose intolerant, so dairy, too much dairy does me in.
Ah, okay. Well, I know ice cream is not good for diabetics unless you get the
Sugar-free stuff, or
yeah.
I don't know.
my latest kick's been mango sherbet. Shoot, here's another one. Where is it?
Got it. I had to wait for it to come up on the.
Yeah, the sherbet, a little bit of lime once in a while, but I like the orange sherbet.
My latest kick's been mango sherbet. The company here has it.
So I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's better.
Is it better? Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. I don't know. New to all this kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, this isn't sugar-free ice cream. And I don't know, I was reading on something because I'm type 2. But I was reading it's not so much the sugar, I don't think, that you eat, it's the carbs. You know?
My doctor always told me
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that you don't eat anything with a lot of carbs in it because that is actually what brings the onset of diabetes because when carbs digest it automatically turns into sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what I heard too.
Cookies, lactose
And,
intolerant and diabetic. Ice cream is a huge no-no.
Yeah.
and
Most of the time I get the sugar, like the no sugar added kind, but I don't know. Sometimes I just have to have it, you know.
hey Wayne McGee,
I don't need a lot of it.
I've got to sort of do that with shrimp or shellfish. I'm not bad allergic to it, but if I make a pig out of myself, then I'll start feeding it. And eggs will tear me up.
welcome Wayne McGee. Glad you are here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the eggs and stuff. I don't have any problems with eggs. My son one time, I bought like a 10-pound bag of shrimp, and my son loves shrimp. Well, he made a pig out of himself, and oh, boy, did he pay for it. He got so sick on shrimp.
I
He didn't want to
remember
have
you
shrimp.
tell me about that.
Yeah, yeah, he didn't want to have shrimp for probably close to a year, more maybe more. He couldn't handle it. He was just like, oh no. I told him, I said, well, don't eat so much, you know. Anytime you overdo something, you know, a little bit's good, but you know,
Yeah,
that's too much sometimes.
that is why it's so important to eat everything in moderation.
Right. I know the vet that I took Rocco to today, she was telling me to, you know, just to feed the dogs like vegetables and chicken and stuff like that. So I opened up a couple of frozen bags of had carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. I don't know what else it had in it, but I gave him that, and then I threw in another bag of carrots, the small baby carrots. And then I gave them that, and then I made a little bit of rice, and that's what they had. So, and then I bought brown rice too, because she gave me a pamphlet on all different things, what, what I could make and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing that stuff and trying to back off on the dog food. But I told her, I said, I feed my dogs oatmeal sometimes too in the mornings. She says, that's good for dogs. Oatmeal's good for dogs. So, I think that's what I'm going to start doing, because if I cut back on buying the dog food, because the dog food costs me about, I don't know, about close to $40 a bag. So if I back off on that and then just buy eggs and chicken and just different things like that, maybe frozen vegetables, maybe some fresh vegetables, a lot of carrots and stuff like that, they'll trim down quite a bit, because I have the little sister, the Chihuahua sister, the one that you see in here, that's the littler one. But the other one's kind of she's kind of a little bit overweight, so I want to trim her down just a little bit. But yeah. Did you like that, Tia? Tia licked the ice cream out of the bowl. But yeah, they say that if you give your dogs vegetables, that's the best thing to give them, that and like chicken and stuff like that.
And
So,
I knew bananas was good for them as well.
yeah. Yeah, Susie likes bananas, and most of them, the Chihuahuas don't, the sisters don't like the bananas too much. Blondie, she'll eat some, a little bit.
I know my dog will eat anything coming or going.
Yeah.
My dog would eat 24/7 if you let her.
Yeah, like Susie is. Yeah.
I'm serious. I mean, it's like she never gets.
Don't run off, Lillian. But we
Never
appreciate you coming in.
Somebody's scratching at the door.
I've never seen a dog the way this one is.
Yeah. Susie's kind of like that, how she likes to eat. I don't know what's.
Kelly.
Hang on just a second. Hold on.
Kelly. Hey.
Oh, Maggie, how come you can't come in?
Talking to you.
Come on. How come you couldn't get in the door? Maggie couldn't get in the bathroom dog door for some reason. She had a bath today too. See, this is Maggie. Maggie, look at the camera.
Is that a Pomeranian mix?
Yeah, she's what do they call it? American. Let's see, is it American Eskimo and Pomeranian, or American or Alaskan Eskimo? I don't know, something like that. And we took her for a walk today. My daughter and I, Vanessa and I, went over to the lady's house across the street to go look at it, the one that was selling their house. And we took my grandson and Maggie around the block. She loves to go for a walk. And she's real good too. She walks on the side of you. She doesn't pull, Right, Maggie? Right, Maggie? You good girl? Maggie's the auntie of the Chihuahua sisters.
Crazy little old dog of mine will eat anything except peppers and pickles. That's the only two things. He'll eat anything else. Yeah. I finally asked that vet about that, and he's a pretty big dog for a Boston Terrier. Damn, here we go again.
Yeah. See, oops, let me see if I get the camera right, angled right. Maggie, come here.
Camera shy.
But he weighs 25 pounds already, and that's about as big as they get.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really let's see if I get this camera. There we go. Yeah, I'm a pretty girl. Are you a pretty girl? She says, yeah, but I don't know if I'm what I'm doing looking at my own face. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't shed like most Pomeranians do, because most of them get the hair that flies all over the place. Hers isn't like that. It's really it's long. But when I bathe her and stuff, I brush it really good, while I'm bathing her, and she doesn't shed, She's got real long hair. Here's a pretty girl. Huh. Yeah, I want to go get their teeth cleaned because their little breaths are starting to stink, so it's time to get their teeth cleaned. There's a really pretty inexpensive place in Phoenix that I can take them to. They don't charge like crazy amounts like some other places do. It's under $200, which is pretty good for a dog,
My dog wouldn't sit still long enough for a teeth brushing.
Oh, yeah, they put them under usually. There is one place that they do it while they're awake, but the little dogs are hard to even brush their teeth,
I usually just get mine dog milk bones or dog bones or something the way I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I usually do mine.
But today, the vet, she makes her own dog treats.
Yeah.
And she says, I just made these today. Do you want some? And she gave it to Rocco, and he's like sniffs it, like he didn't want it. And then Vanessa had brought a couple of the other bones that I usually get for the dogs. And she's like, here, do you want one of these? Try one of these. And he ate ours.
I saw where Happy Place Cooking. That's also the other part of Happy Place Camping's her other channel, her cooking channel. Felix. Well, she also has another channel called Happy Place Cooking. She made her dog some treats, and she even said in the video that these treats are not only made for dogs, humans can even eat them. So
yeah. I bought a cookie recipe.
You ain't never been here, so Diane. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I went to I think it was a Goodwill, and they had a book that had all different kinds of recipes, that you could make different kinds of dog cookies, and they had like little cookie cutters. So that was kind of cool. I have yet to use it yet. I need to try it. But I gotta put my hold on, I gotta get my Jackery. I got 15% on my phone. But yeah, I think the vet was I think she was a little offended that my dog didn't like her cookies. But I guess maybe he didn't like the peanut butter. I don't know.
Hello, Andy.
I made some with pumpkin and peanut butter, and mine loved it.
Yeah, with pumpkin? Yeah?
Yep.
I'll have to try that. They say that pumpkin's really good for their digestive system.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a try. There we go. It's charging now. Yeah.
He eats quite a few things. He doesn't like green beans.
No?
Put some mixed vegetables in his dish the one time. He literally picked out the green beans and spit them on the floor beside it. Ate everything else. So Kat sets a no on green beans.
Yeah.
Loves broccoli.
Yeah. Yeah, my dogs really love carrots. Well, about a year ago, my little dog Susie, she went blind, and I took her to a specialist, that deals in, they call it SARD, sudden acquired um, retinal something detachment, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But
Probably.
anyhow, it's supposed to be permanently blind. Um, then I was doing some research in that, if you get to it right away, they can reverse it. But the person that I went to, she says, no, there's nothing that reverses it. Then today, when I was talking to this vet that I took Rocco to, um, she says, oh no, there's a method that this one veterinarian, I guess he's passed away now, but he had this way of doing it where he could get the sight back. But I guess you have to do it, within a certain amount of time. So I don't know. My little Susie's been through a lot this last year. She had thyroid cancer surgery, and she went blind, a little bit earlier prior to that. So yeah. And then when I came back from quartzsite, sitting around the campfire for the past 7 days wasn't good for her. She started wheezing and gurgling really bad, and I didn't know if she had gotten valley fever or if
That's
she
what I was
got.
worried about. Everybody taking their dogs out there, and I had heard about that over the last year, and I was like, I wouldn't be wanting to take mine out there.
Mm-mm. No, it's hard living in the desert. I don't know how people do it. You know, I don't know, but um, valley fever is very, very high out here. I had a rescue that she died. She had Ehrlichia, which is a tick-borne disease, um, out here in Arizona, and then she had the valley fever. I spent a lot of money trying to save her. I just didn't know. I didn't have the right connections at the time, you know. But now I have a lot different connections than what I did before, because this was over a year ago that I had this other little rescue dog. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of sad, It's kind of like when I had rescued a little Maine Coon kitten,
Hmm.
and I did the video on my YouTube channel, and then come to find out she's got feline leukemia,
Hmm.
and she has really bad infected gums, and I just didn't have the money. I mean, I had just had Susie's surgery, and I was all tapped out, and I got in contact with another rescue girl that I know and talked to her about it. And I asked her, hey, do you know anyone that could adopt this cat that, would take care of her? Because she's got really bad stomatitis. And, she just, her mouth was so bad that her gums were bleeding and you could smell her from like 3 feet away. And she says, well, if you'll keep her, just go and take her to my vet and put it on my card. 14 teeth she had pulled. And after that, she's like a different cat now. So yeah, so that made quite a bit of difference. So yeah, 14 teeth she had pulled, but
I tell you
it's
what,
hard.
this, Pomeranians are real bad about having trouble with their teeth. My mother-in-law always keep a couple of Pomeranians. Every one of them had trouble. They take care of their teeth, but they always had trouble.
Yeah, Maggie's not really bad or anything like that. She's only trying to think how old she is. She's probably about, oh gosh, I don't even know. I'd have to look back at my pictures, because I have so many. She was one of four in the litter that this guy had taken over the four pups over to my daughter's mother-in-law's house. And then my daughter brought him over to me. So I adopted 3 of them out, and I kept Maggie. Maggie had a twin brother. So, and I had a little Chihuahua at the time that was just tiny, tiny. That's that little Chihuahua that you just seen. That was her mother. After she had the puppies, it was 4 or 5 months later, I had gotten her spayed, and I don't know if it was, I believe it was an unsterile procedure because like 3 days after her surgery, she got really sick, and then I ran her into the vet, and she had a seizure there, and she died. And I asked them, I said, what the heck was the problem? And the one vet that did the surgery said, well, she was loaded with bacteria. And I said, loaded with bacteria? I said, there was nothing wrong with her prior to, because I did all of the tests, all of everything, because she was a little bit older. And when I said, it sounds like it's an unsterile procedure, then the bigwig got involved. And so he contacted me, and then they tried to say, oh, there was something that was lodged in her stomach, and we couldn't identify it. It was just a bunch of crap, a bunch of lies. Because I know better. She's an older dog. She didn't eat stuff on the ground or anything like that. So I know better. But yeah, after that, they didn't want to treat any of my dogs. So I knew it was a bunch of crap, but whatever, but I have the two little sisters, the 2 brothers, because the little dog had 4 pups. She had the 2 girls and 2 boys, and the 2 boys I adopted out to my son's coworker, and they have the boys. So, and they treat them just like they're their little kids, So I got the girls and he's got the boys. And then I adopted Maggie's brother, who was the dad of the Chihuahua puppies. He had gotten Daisy pregnant. I didn't know that she wasn't fixed.
Hello, Timmy Ray.
Hey, Timmy Ray.
I still got a heck of an echo, don't
I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. Let me try to turn the mic off for a second.
Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Hello.
Does it sound better now?
I still got an echo on mine.
I don't have nothing else on.
Well, I'm echoing on mine, and I've got YouTube off. I think StreamYard doing some of that.
Do you see where it says settings down there? Do you have the echo cancellation?
Mine just says camera and audio. Let me look.
If you go to
Echo
where it says,
cancellation.
if you go into settings and click on where it says audio, and then scroll down there to where it says echo cancellation, check that box.
Okay, I did. Does it sound better?
Testing 1 2 1 2. Yeah, it sounds better now.
Try yours, Ron.
That was checked in mine.
Check on mine too.
Because if you don't have that, I learned that if you don't have that checked, you'll still get a good echo from it.
Well, I'm not getting. We must have done some good because I'm not getting echo like I was.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was mine because I didn't know that. And then when I was on Georgia stream before, I didn't know that you could go in there into the settings and click that box. But I seen it, I did.
Well, anytime you're on your own live or on somebody else's, you always want to make sure that box is checked.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna be a smart old man. I'm learning stuff already.
We're learning from a youngin.
I figured out how to go in there and turn my mic up because people be, I can't hear you. Turn your mic up. I'm like, how do I turn my mic up? I seen the echo thing, and then I have to go in there to set my webcam. Otherwise, it goes to my computer's camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just do it by my phone most of the time. I have a computer, but I don't much use it. I don't much use it anymore. I don't know. Once in a while. But,
I'm the opposite. I hardly use my phone to use my computer.
yeah.
I swapped and bought a new phone about 3 or 4 months ago, and I hate that thing. I just really dislike it. I need to throw it in the trash and get another one.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just
Some
Is
phones are
yours
pretty good and some are not.
Yeah. Is yours an Android, Ron?
it was Motorola. I can't think the model. But before that, I had a different. Can't think of the brand name right now, but it worked good. But this one, you got to swipe it for everything. I hate.
Janice, anytime you go, whatever device you use StreamYard on, whether it's a phone, tablet, or PC, either one, you always want to go down there to where that gear box, that gear thing, and click on where it says audio, and check and make sure that echo cancellation box is checked. It's only on the StreamYard thing.
Mm. Well, that's good to know.
Yep.
So next time George says, Linda, you're echoing, I'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still think part of it is StreamYard though, because everybody would just be talking and it'll all be fine, and then all of a sudden they go deck on.
Right. Yeah.
Gestures, all. What are you talking about, Cookie? Maybe you'll teach you something else.
See, on the phone, unless I hit the chat, it'll have the chat.
Yeah,
But
you won't be able. You won't if you hit the chat on the phone. You won't be able to see us on the screen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
like
only thing I don't. That's the only thing I don't. I personally myself don't like using StreamYard on the phone.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I can see you guys behind the chat a little bit, but it's kind of dim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I get my thumb in front of the camera.
Want to turn my clarity down to 360, see if I can keep it getting bounced off the bed.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what mine's even on.
What
Mine
is
was on
it?
480.
For the camera?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't give anything on the. It just says camera.
But yeah,
camera
mine's on standard definition 480.
Those mine.
It must be different on the computer.
Hello, Meg.
Hey, Meg. Well, she's been putting out some good content on her channel. I hope she continues. I like to see her do a live stream.
I don't have her channel. I need somebody needs to drop her link where I can get it.
Hard to hold the phone when you're sitting on the bed. You know, it keeps sliding down off the covers.
Bed is having satin sheets on the bed, huh?
Right. Well, I have wool blankets. I had an addiction to wool blankets ever since I started camping.
Mm.
So every time I'm at a thrift store, I see a wool blanket, I pick it up.
I think it was on the anniversary or something like that. One of my wives decided she was going to put satin sheets on the bed. That didn't work worth a damn now. I need to leave a pair of boots and have a pair of spurs on for that.
I have a satin pillowcase. They say if you sleep with the satin pillowcase, your hair does better. I don't know. I have a thyroid problem, so my hair doesn't grow really fast. I mean, it'll be at this length for a while before it'll grow any longer, you know. But with the satin pillowcase, it's supposed to help like any breakage and stuff like that. So, and it's been working because my hair's been growing out in the back because before it was like short when I was using a cotton pillowcase. So I started getting a satin pillowcase and it seems to do something. So, yeah.
I don't have trouble with my hair growing. My hair grows fast.
Does it?
Hey, Mike, I'm always on people's lives and into their videos, and I love interacting with people. I've always been a people person. Especially since this pandemic thing hit. It's really become a helpful. This YouTube thing's really become a helpful thing to be able to interact with people since people have not really been able to go outside their homes and go visit their families or anything.
Right.
That's how I got into YouTube. So being isolated, it's like, okay, can't do this, can't do that. Might as well watch some videos. And I got watching videos, and one thing led to another, and started getting in some chats, and then like, okay, why'd you come up on panel? Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Callie.
You know, I do think that YouTube has helped a lot of people during this virus. During this virus visit.
A lot to say.
Yeah, that's one nice thing too about YouTube is that, you know, if you're any kind of a traveler and you want to go someplace, you always got somebody to go visit because everybody's all the way across the other side of the country, you know. I have a lot of military friends that I know that, as a matter of fact, one of my friends that my son's father was in the military with, he's running for Congress. He lives in West Virginia. Yeah. Scott Fuller, the right man at the right time. That's what his little logo or whatever is, you know. Yeah, he's running for Congress. He lives in West Virginia. So, yeah.
You know, I never have met up too many people traveling, and I've traveled a whole lot.
Uh-huh.
But I never know where I'm going to stop.
Right. Well, it's kind of nice if you don't really have any plans and knowing where you're going to stop. At least you can make like a little what do you call it? Like a little map so and so lives here. What's his name lives here. What's her face lives over here. You know, like I was. Who was it? Whose chat was I was at? Was I on George's? And he was saying something about a bucket list. You know, like where do people want to go and all this and that. And I was like, man, I always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. I've never been up in that portion, you know, of the United States. I mean, I've been to New York City, but I've not been to Niagara Falls or New England or any of that other that I can remember. With the exception, I think I've been to Delaware, but that was just in New Jersey. I lived in Virginia Beach at the time, and we went to New York before we came back out west. But yeah, I've never seen Niagara Falls. I'd love to go there, and
I remember you mentioning that in chat.
yeah, that's
I'm only
really
3 hours away from Niagara Falls.
really wow.
I haven't
Yeah,
been there. I think my
yeah.
oldest was in grade 8 last time I was there.
Oh, okay, okay,
Gorgeous. There's stuff to do.
yeah, yeah. That's what I would love to do. You know, I'd like to get like a caravan going, really, and you know, get a bunch of people that want to go, and we all can travel together and kind of, you know.
There's some
Heck,
channels that are in that area too, and some supporters.
Hmm.
that can be a
Um,
mess too, though, Linda.
How's that?
Last time I went to Quartzsite, I had just bought a casita, one of those little fiberglass trailers,
Uh-huh.
and there were a bunch of people that never had made any long trips, and they decided they wanted to go. And I told them, I said, I'm going. You know, you can tag along if you want to. I didn't set a caravan up.
Uh-huh.
Damn, they like to work me to death.
Yeah.
They,
How so?
well, if somebody, they were all newbies except one couple with
Mm-hmm.
that trailer, and
Mm-hmm.
there were 5 or 6 single women on there that just bought the trailer. They never had pulled it, and so it was all. They kept me busy just trying to help them, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And it was real nice about. I've got enough stuff from all of that thank me for doing that, you know, and getting them through the first trip. But
mhm.
then we had a couple that had pulled before. I think you couldn't keep them happy. They're bitching about something all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Just it
Well,
can be a mess.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing with gas prices the way they are now. I think I would either take my car, you know, take my Prius or take my pickup truck. You know, if I can get a roof rack put on top of my truck, and they get me one of those extension ladders so that I can get my butt up there when I need something. Um, I would probably take the truck. Um, because I've got more room in the back of the truck, you know, and um, I don't know. I mean, it would either way it would be okay, I suppose.
I,
But
I
but
looked at
that
a deal here a while back talking about the truck, and it's a pop up, and it's just like 4 foot wide and 7 foot long, but it folds down to just like that, and then it pops up. Got canvas, got the mattress in it, everything. But you can go down and mount that right above the rails on your pickup, down low, and
huh,
that way you don't have to climb up just to the side of the truck. And
right.
that's your bed, because then you still got all your storage in your bed underneath it. Pretty neat deal. They
Yeah,
call them a
yeah.
hard shell pop up.
A hard shell pop? It's a hard shell pop up?
Yeah, it's got a fiberglass top and bottom, and it'll go up in 30 seconds. You
Who's
undo
it
4
who's it made
latches.
by?
There's several companies make one.
Hmm.
They you think you type in hard shell pop up camper, and there's one that I was looking at, and it was like 1,700, which is
And you just put it on the back of your on your pickup truck rails?
now you put rails across your pickup truck, bolt it down, right even
Okay.
with the top of your truck, or you can put it on top of car. You got rails on top of car, you can put it on top of car, but you got to climb a lot higher than.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But just type in uh pop up roof tent. That's what it is. And
Okay.
or hard shell roof tent, because
Hard
they've got
shell.
it's all fiberglass on the outside, and then just canvas after you put it up. But
Yeah.
somebody just wants to travel like you, and it won't affect your gas mileage.
Yeah. And I even thought about, you know, I even thought about because I was watching these videos that people would be building a camper inside the bed of the truck, going outside of the rails a little bit and going up, and then put you a door on the back where your tailgate is, and make like a cab over in the front. And I was watching a lot of these videos, and there's this guy that I chat with that he lives in Tonopah. You know where Tonopah is?
No,
If you're going down the Highway 10, like coming from the East Coast, you're coming down Highway 10 out towards Quartzsite. It's just a little bit before Quartzsite. There's a little town called Tonopah, and I was chatting with this guy, and he lives off grid, totally off grid, and he has like I think he said a 26-foot trailer, like a travel trailer that he went up to Flagstaff and bought some solar panels, and he set up his whole solar system out there. And he's got, I don't know, he's got like maybe an acre or something. He just sold another lot that he had, but that's where he lives. And he told me, he said, well, if you want some help with something, just let me know.
well,
So I don't
sometime
know.
pretty shortly, I'm gonna have it on my channel. I built a cab over camper like that,
Oh, you did? Yeah.
and I like finishing it out. It's already up, painted on jack. I need to put the windows in it, and then I'm not gonna finish the inside out until I get to use. But you talk about high now, them damn cab over campers are ridiculous. You buy a new one, about the cheapest one you can buy is about 30,000, all the way up to
Yeah.
$100,000 for an 8-foot cab over camper.
Yeah. Well, see, and I
Hey,
have
DT show.
I have
Do
a
what?
I have a mid-size truck, so I don't even have a full size. I got like six. I think I want to say it's a 6.5 foot bed or something like that.
Well, if I was you, I'm not so sure. And I had one I built and used for about 2 years,
Hmm.
and it's the one that didn't have a cab over on. It just fit in the bed of the truck.
Oh
And then,
yeah, the cap, the cap.
well, it's just like the back end of a cab over camper, except it doesn't have a big nose on it. And
Oh
just for traveling one person, man, that thing's great. Well, me and
yeah,
my wife used to travel in it a lot when I was going to Long Beach, and it's not hard to build. You can build that one without that nose pretty easy.
well, I have a those cabs. Okay, like some of the caps on the back of the truck, they're just flat roof. Well, my roof kind of goes up and down just a little bit. So it's higher. So I can literally, like, because I built some beds for the back of it. I built two beds in the back, one for my daughter, one for myself. And the legs are about, yeah, probably like this tall. But in the short cab that I had, the short cab, I couldn't sit up in it. But now with the larger one that I have, the taller one, I can sit up in it. But I have to figure out, because see, the window,
Good night, Cookie.
the window lifts up, but the struts that I have, it doesn't bring it all the way up. It only like brings it part way up. So I'd like to totally eliminate the window.
Cookie.
Yeah,
And
night, Cookie.
yeah, just eliminate the window and flip the tailgate down, and then kind of build out a little bit with a door. Because I was watching this one channel, and this guy, he had it to where the doors opened, and when he wasn't using it, he slid it inside the truck. And I think he put the window down. Something like that. I don't remember. But I'd have to figure out what to do, because I need a new sealer on the window, because I bought the cab used. So I need a new sealer on the window, and I'd have to figure out how to lock it at night.
I'm looking something up here. Yeah. There's a little one like I'm talking about that it's called a razor, Rayzr, and it's one of the campers that goes in the bed, but it doesn't go up over the front. Now, for one person, well, really two people could do it, but and your gas mileage is a whole lot better because that big nose is not up there on the front.
Right.
And on a
Yeah.
smaller truck, it's lighter too, and that's the main thing you got to fight on them campers is the weight.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I say, I built one like that a long time ago.
yeah, the cap that I have now, it's not too bad, but it's like I said, the window doesn't go all the way up. So I'd have to I got some struts for it, but it doesn't pull it all the way up, So I'd have to have the right ones put on if I were going to keep the glass on. And then maybe like just use it like that, But I'd like to have the extra 1.5 feet that I could get from the tailgate
Leave
rather
the
than
tailgate down.
right. That's what I was thinking. But I would like to build a door, make like an overhang with a door on it that it could attach to the tailgate. Something that I would have that extra space. So then this way, I would have a little bit more room. I could push the beds down a little bit further, and I would have a place to, like, if I got a 12-volt fridge or something, and then maybe put like a roof rack up on the top of it, and maybe throw a solar panel up there.
Good night, Cat.
Yeah, Cat, you have a good one, girl.
What happened to Michael Ann? Did she drop?
To who?
Michael Ann, old mama?
I guess so. I didn't notice when she dropped.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, what are you wanting to do, Linda? I mean, are you wanting something for two people? Are you wanting something mainly for one person and your dog? Or
For me and my daughter, because if I travel, I usually take her with. And then I have it's not a 4-door, but it's like the cab and a half.
yeah.
So I can always make like a bed in the back, push the seats up, and put a piece of plywood up there with some legs or something on it that I can make it like a bed, for I could put if I wanted to take a couple of my little dogs with me or something.
Look that camper up I'm talking about. That they're too high. I say they're too high. They're about $10,000, $11,000, but you can build one easy. I mean, it's not hard to build one if you got somebody who can help you a little bit. You probably build
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah, my friend was saying that, you know, he could help me out. I've not met him yet. I don't know him, you know what I'm saying? But we just chat. He goes on my channel, you know, and comments and chats with me and stuff like that. And we exchange phone numbers and stuff like that. He found me on Facebook, you know. Oh no. And then he's like, "Hey, this is me from your YouTube channel." So I was like, "Oh, yeah." So, but he's really good at knowing how to do all that stuff, and he's really good with solar and all that stuff, and offered to help. But I could just kind of feel funny, you know what I mean? Somebody helping me. You know, I don't know him too good, but not that I can't meet him, you know. But usually just
Good night, Amy. Good night, Amy. You have a good night, girl, and a better tomorrow.
I'm gonna be out paying bills all day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at that deal, that you'll get some good ideas. And there's several people on the internet that built their campers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're really not that complicated. The main thing is just what you put on the outside of it.
Right.
And so,
Well, the cap that I currently have on the truck, I put some Reflectix in it on the ceiling. I use that on the surface on the ceiling. It had that, I don't know what they call that. It's kind of like that cloth stuff, you know, headliner stuff. And it was all rotted, and it was like flaking and dusty. And so I just took it all off and pressure washed it. And then I primed it, and then I put some of that Henry's on it to kind of like seal it really good, you know. But what I didn't know is that nothing sticks to the Henry's. Like you can't it doesn't stick to anything, you know what I mean? So, but I did learn that the same type of stuff, like the I keep forgetting what it's called.
I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
How's things been going with you, Linda?
Okay. I mean, just been dealing with the dogs, you know what I mean?
I understand that.
Yeah. The dogs
I was finally able to find somebody that be able to take care of my dog while I go to Helen, Georgia next week.
Are you still wanting to go to Michigan?
I am, but Destinations Delight said she had to talk with me about some things.
Uh-huh.
Because she really wasn't sure if she was gonna be able to go or not. And she also really got to thinking too, since the numbers is so high up there with this sickness that's going around.
I didn't know it was. I thought it was kind of all going away.
And not according to what she said the other day. They are the highest state right now.
Yeah, but that can change between now and what, September? When is it?
Well, September, but The way she talks, she said it doesn't. She said it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon because she said it's. And she would hate for me to get up there and
Get sick.
yeah. Timmy Ray, I really don't want to get into that topic because different people have different opinions about it. So that's the reason why I don't even mention the word.
Right. Well,
So,
I
Yeah,
don't.
there's a lot of
I
that
don't.
kind of stuff.
I don't think I would worry about it at this point, Kenny, because all of it's outside. If you wanted to go, you know,
because
it's just
her words to me was, "Do you really want to go up there, even with the numbers as high as they are, and
right,
take
but there's quite a while between now and then. But just, I mean, it's up to
and
you either way.
take the chance on maybe possibly missing out on my cruise, and see my cruise is already paid for."
Yeah. Well, like I said, I wouldn't worry about it because it's all outside, but that's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking if I do good about maybe kind of distancing myself, make sure that I wash my hands really good and make sure that I take some quinine water because I actually learned from Joy Blessed Life. Some of their friends got the sickness, and
I had it.
they told them to take some quinine water. And if I don't like grapefruit or whatever, to drink the water with quinine in it. And that white skin on grapefruit is what is usually fights off that bacteria.
Well, and you got the shot, right?
Yeah, I got both. I got both plus the booster. So I've had three
Yeah.
of them.
Well, like I said, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I said, it's up to you whether you want to go or not. If you want to go, let me know. I'll go and
Yeah,
I'll help. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We've already done this before,
yeah,
you know? I
yeah.
mean, like I said, it's up to you. I like to get away. I have to go to Wisconsin anyhow because I need to sell some timber in my land so I can get my pool fixed. Because my pool is like a giant crater in the backyard right now. You didn't see the pool when you were here, did you? You didn't see the backyard?
I don't know if I did or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think you did. But it's full of rainwater right now because when I had that company come out and clean it, they acid washed it and they totally ruined it. And back then I was working and I just didn't have time to take them to court or anything like that or pursue anything to get it fixed. And I just kind of let it go. And I wish I wouldn't have now because it's going to cost me around $8,000 to get it done. So, but I'll figure it out. I always do, you know. But yeah, I've got to go to Wisconsin. So, um, and it'll be sometime in the spring, summer, whatever. So I'm gonna go there, and I got to go visit some friends.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan's not that far. I'll probably take the truck,
Okay.
So I'll probably have my Sue's and maybe another dog or two. I don't know.
I
You know
remember
me.
you said something about you was going to maybe try to see if you could figure out what to do with all your animals because you said because I
Yeah.
remember you were saying that if you go to travel, you go to find.
Yep. Well, there's some that like little boy, I got to find a home for. Um,
And
you
yeah, I
know,
know you said about getting rid of that cat because of the way the cat does.
well, they're always fighting.
Huh?
They're always fighting and stuff, you know, want to mark their territory, and then they're fixed too. You know, there's a couple of them like that. The other ones are okay because they're mostly girls. But yeah, there's a couple of the boys that are out there fighting and stuff. But yeah, if I go somewhere, I'd have to close my dog doors, you know,
Yeah.
or at least my bedroom dog door, you know, so they don't come in.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's up in the air. But I can take short trips and stuff because Vanessa's here with her boyfriend and the kids.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Brandon will be here. It'll just be Sierra and I to go, you know, and I always take Susie with me wherever I go, you know.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that is true, Meg. I mean, of course, like I said, even when you do take the shot, uh, that doesn't fully keep you from getting it, like, at all. But I mean, it'll keep you from getting it a lot worse as if you didn't have the shot. I do believe in that.
Yeah. Well, I don't, like I said, I don't, they say that this new, whatever it is, it's
Yeah.
not like the original co
Yeah. I
the other
call it the McNasty. I call
the
it the McNasty.
McNasty.
Yeah.
It's not like the original McNasty. I
Yeah.
had the original McNasty back in 2020, June of 2020, and it was nasty. But
I've
I got
seen what it
exposed to the
does
others
to
too.
people. I've seen.
Huh?
I have seen what it does to people. Like it puts them on ventilators and.
Well, and the thing of it is, okay, if you get a congestion in your lungs,
Yeah.
for one, I always carry my nebulizer machine. If I'm going to go long distance, I carry my nebulizer machine and albuterol, and I always carry the Tussin DM.
Yeah.
And I try to tell everybody that if you start getting congested, you get a nebulizer machine from Amazon, tell your doctor you need albuterol for the machine, and take
Yeah.
the Tussin DM. Because remember, I have asthma.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I know how to get rid of congestion. And I've had bronchitis and pneumonia all my life since I was a little girl in the hospital on a nebulizer machine. So, and pneumonia and bronchitis is like something that's the second most crappiest thing that I deal with throughout my whole life. So, but I wouldn't worry about it. Just, you got the antibodies from getting this shot. I have antibodies from having the COVID, but I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry.
I don't know if that means I'll have to go. I had it done last year, but I don't know if I'll have to go again this year. Again this coming year to get another one or not.
No, you're good. You're good. It's not like the first one. Trust me. I got because remember I told you that my daughter's boyfriend had COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and then my grandbaby, he wasn't even a year old, got COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, I was exposed. They lived here in the house. I didn't get sick. I got like a head cold. That was it. Because the second round of the variant was you get like a head cold.
Yeah.
But I didn't get really sick. I didn't get sick like I did crazy sick from the first time. The original COVID, I was not feeling good. Plus I had really bad panic attacks from it, So don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back, Ron. I'm gonna try to change the subject up a little bit.
Right. Let's get rid of that C word.
Linda, how important is standing up to you as a gambler?
It's not. I mean, as long as I have a place to lay my head put my cooler in there, place for clothes, place a little bit to move around. Because I even thought about getting one of those, you know, like how they have those SUV tents that you can put on the top from your truck or whatever. So you can put your chairs and whatever inside there. I even thought about doing that, you know, getting one of those and put it on the back of it and then just sleep in the truck. I'm not a tent camper. You know what I'm saying? I like to have four walls,
Well,
you
there's
know.
a lot of places too that you go, especially out west, that you know you got cat stuff like that. You know, that tear a tent all to pieces.
Yeah. You want to hear something funny? When my daughter's boyfriend had gotten sick with the COVID, the variant he got, right? They went up to Utah. They went past, I told them to go to Flagstaff, to go to Cinder Hills. They went further. My daughter's like, oh, we're going to go by a lake and we're going to camp out there in my tent and blah, 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 right? They get up there and it's nighttime. So they're trying to set this tent up in the nighttime, right? They get inside the tent and they're laying there trying to go to sleep. And all of a sudden they hear this boom, 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 boom. This guy, he's pounding on his camper door. Open the door, open the door. And then my daughter's like, what the heck? So they get out of the tent. They go in the car and turn the headlights on. And here's a big cat out there. She says, I'm never going tent camping again. You get rid of that tent. I don't want it. Now she's telling me I can give it to my homeless friend Lenny. She doesn't want to sleep in a tent anymore.
Well, I still tent camp when I'm traveling on that motorcycle. I tent camp all this year.
Well, and you know, to me, when I go someplace, when I travel in my RV, I always carry protection. You know, I think that's the best way to do things, be it bear spray or whatever you need. You know, I carry other things, but there's always that risk of, especially when you're out west or in the Midwest. I mean, I don't know so much about the East, but you know, like up in northern Wisconsin, we got black bear. And they don't like try to go after you unless they got their cubs. But, you know, when you go out west, there's a lot of stuff out here. You know, a lot of stuff people don't think about. Like I was watching Traveling Granny, her video where a coyote came into the camp and she had her dog on the long tie out. And I thought to myself, I said, you know, you better keep an eye because if they pack up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even one.
Well, a big dog like my dog could handle a coyote pretty easily. You know, he's an Akita, but I mean, she's got, I don't even know how old her dog is, but it's like a Malamute, I think it is, you know, the kind with the blue eyes or whatever. But you know, if people aren't used to coyotes, they usually send one in to check it out and then the others come in. You know what I'm saying? And once you get a pack of dogs, you might as well forget it. You better have something that you can get rid of them fast because it's always open season on coyotes. You know, there's no time limit, you know. But you know, you don't want your dog to get killed either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's between your dog and a stupid overgrown rat, take out the rat. You know? I mean, that's what I'd be doing. So
I guarantee you that, well, I've camped a ton in a tent all over Colorado and New Mexico. I've hunted all that country out there. And we always tent camped in. And I'm comfortable in a tent. And I set a tent camp up that's comfortable. I mean, I'm not going to have a tent that you can't stand up in. Standing up is really important to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is especially if you get bad weather or something.
Yeah.
You know, if you get hung in that camper for a day or two and it's raining and icy and cold and you can't stand up, you haven't got any room at all. Now that works on you after a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it would. Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
but
especially
that,
if you want to cook something too, you know.
yeah,
I mean, you can open up the window, I guess, and put a little table or something by there and cook inside there with a Coleman or something like that. But yeah, I get it, you know, to be able to stand up in it. Now have you seen those things there? Okay, if you put a cap on the truck, they have these automatic lifts that go up. Have you
yeah,
seen those?
yeah.
Okay. I was watching a YouTube video on those the other day and I thought, well, that would be okay if a person could make you some walls to put around there and secure them good, you know, up above where your rooftop is so that you could kind of stand up in there. But
Well, they've got canvas that goes on the side of those that
yeah,
back up like that. Well, they just
yeah,
like cab over campers. They've got a bunch of high dollar cab over campers, but they got canvas around the side
and
of
they
it.
pop up and the
Yeah.
canvas is all the way hooked on. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you a little story about that. When my wife was alive, when we went to Alaska, took 30 days, drove to Alaska, and then came back in Colorado. And I bought a pop-up tent camper, you know,
Uh-huh. I
one
used
of
to
those
have one.
crank up.
Yeah, I used to have one.
Time I got back from Alaska, you can't sell me anything that's got canvas on. You crank that damn trailer up and down 30 times in 30 days, and you can get plenty sick of it.
Yeah, yeah, it's not fun.
But for me, now I've got a travel trailer, and in fact, I live full time in travel trailer, but it's a big 32 foot, and
Yeah,
I've drug it all over the country. But the best deal for me is having this thing as a home base and a cab over camper on my pickup where I can pull a trailer, I can pull my kayaks or motorcycles or whatever. And
mhm.
that cab over camper's got plenty of room in it for two people.
Yeah.
You know, got a full
Well,
bed upstairs and then another place you can make a bed down low.
right. If it's higher off the ground, or you know, like even in my high top camper shell, I mean, I don't really mind, but I get it though when if it rains and you're stuck in there. I mean, I've got a camper. I've got a Class C. I just don't want to pay all that money in gas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can just as soon take my truck and tootle on down the road and I'm fine. I'm good to go. You know, I want to get a rack to put on the top for my car top carrier. But other than that, you know,
Well,
I mean, I
when
could
you
do
get
it.
a chance to look at my channel and sort of keep up with it, and I'll have that build on that cab over camper before long.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I watched all your videos, Ron.
well, you seen that cab over then? I had the pictures
Yeah.
on there of that cab over.
Yeah, ever since I started following your channel and connected with your channel, I binge watched your videos one night. I just spent most of the night on your channel, and I binge watched, left comments.
Kenny, you're a great binge watcher.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Well,
not one of these. If I connect with a channel, I'm not one of these that will just connect with someone just to connect with someone and not watch their stuff. I will literally watch their stuff. It may take me a while to watch their stuff, but I will watch their stuff.
night, Diane. I hope you have a good one.
Good night, Diane. Now, there's some people out there that will just connect to a channel just to connect to a channel and not even watch their stuff.
Right,
But
right.
see, that's really that in actuality. I've learned that that's really, you're not really doing that channel any good. You're just hurting that channel
Right.
by not watching.
Right.
I like to build stuff, and I just got through building a shop building on that thing. It but I've built wood kayaks, these strip kayaks, real fancy, pretty ones. I built a bunch of them, about 15 of those, I guess. I
Wow.
built bows and arrows and campers. I built a teardrop, and then I built what they call a square drop. And
You built a teardrop too?
yeah,
Wow.
teardrop camper. And then the one I like is they call it a square drop. And what it is, doesn't have the round back end of
Uh-huh.
it. And they're real easy to build. You know, there ain't nothing to them.
Yeah.
Pick a little old $500 trailer up from Harbor Freight.
Well, I've
And
got 2 trailers sitting out in my yard.
yeah,
2.
if you don't
One,
mind pulling something, you can build something like that cheap.
yeah.
And
If I could, you got to do it light enough because I've only got a mid-size.
oh yeah, you can pull it.
My truck's not a full size. I've got one that's got the iron rails around it. It's like I want to say it's like I don't know if it's a 4x8, might be a 5x6 or 4x6. I'm not really sure. I can't quite remember. But it's got the big tongue and I've got a wheel on it, you know what I mean, to help push it, you know. I've got that on it. And I had new wood put on the bottom of it, but it's not lightweight. It's pretty hefty, you know. Now I've
Well,
got a smaller trailer too that my dad used to put the 4-wheeler on, but it's a little bit tinier and it's more lighter weight. But the tongue is different. It's just like the long with the cap on it, you know. You know, it doesn't have like the V on it. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it doesn't have the braces on it.
Uh-huh.
But for what you're talking about doing, you take 3 or 4 sheets of plywood and build that square top. I mean, a square drop is what they call it.
Uh-huh.
You build one of them things and it don't cost hardly anything, and it's low enough that it pulls. I pulled mine to Colorado twice hunting up there behind a 4-cylinder Jeep. Just didn't have any trouble pulling.
Well, the smaller trailer is just I put little sides on it just temporarily so I could put stuff in there to tow it, you know. But it doesn't have the sides like the bigger one. The bigger one has full-size tires. The smaller one has the smaller tires.
But if
I
you're
mean,
interested in building one, I've got 3 or 4 websites that I can send you to that pretty neat. I've got one that I built to pull behind a motorcycle, and it's made out of 2-inch styrofoam.
really?
Yeah, it weighs like 250 pounds.
That's
the whole
it?
trailer. Yeah,
Is it an aluminum trailer?
no, it's just styrofoam with. They got what they call a poor man's fiberglass, and what it is it's Loctite glue, like you glue wood with. You
Uh-huh.
mix it 50-50 with water,
Uh-huh.
and then you take these painter's drop cloths
Uh-huh.
and you saturate them with that glue and put it on that wood, and it sticks in there like fiberglass does. Well,
Wow.
that's what I did on that motorcycle trailer,
So
and it don't weigh anything.
what type of wood do you use? Do you use like plywood, like 1/4 inch,
No, you need to go 3/8 plywood.
3/8?
Yeah, it's just a little stiffer. So
So
it's
what do
if
you what do you put on the roof? Henry's?
no, you just put plywood on it. Just,
So you put plywood, but you got to coat it with something though, right?
yeah, and this stuff I'm talking about, that poor man's fiberglass, you can coat it with that, and it'd be watertight. That's what I did the cab over camper with.
Yeah.
And now, if you really want to do it right, I can give you the name of a company that I bought epoxy from and bought the
Uh-huh.
cloth from for my boat.
Uh-huh.
And you cover the outside of that thing with epoxy, and now it won't leak a drop. I mean, you never have any trouble. And it makes that plywood about twice as strong.
Well, now, okay, so the bottom of the trailer has, the wood that's about yay wide. It has the slats that go down, and I think they're, what do they call that? Like pressure treated wood.
Yeah.
So I'd have to cover that,
Well,
or would
you
I
need to,
leave it or put something different down?
you take plywood and make you a bottom that you build up off of.
Okay.
And now, just a little advice, you're going to build want something like that. They're really easy to build, but build it at least 6 foot wide. And that way you can sleep sideways. And that leaves you a lot of room for
Yeah, I would
other
have
stuff.
to. I would have to like go over the edges or something. I don't know how I would do that because the trailer that I do have, the one with the big wheels, I think which would probably be the best one to pull rather than having the smaller wheels. That one has like the metal bars. I could send you a picture.
Yeah, send me a picture.
I'll send you a picture of it.
My
but I mean,
email is on my home page.
Okay. Yeah, I could send you a picture of it because I mean, if I don't put too much stuff in there, I don't think pulling it would be a big deal.
Right.
I just won't put a lot of stuff in it, I could put it in a truck and not so much in the tow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And those things, like I say, I pulled them with a 4-cylinder regular Jeep up in the mountains in Colorado. Just no trouble at
Well,
all.
I did learn. I did learn one time when I went from Wisconsin to Arizona. I was towing a trailer with a bunch of junk that I should have never brought. I should just took it to the Goodwill and got rid of it. But no, Linda had to take it. Well, I was going up through the mountains in New Mexico. I just got out of Albuquerque, went right up that mountain up to the Indian reservation up there. I can't think of the name of it. And I'm getting up at that lookout area, and all of a sudden I'm like, I was not going nowhere. My transmission went out. Oh, yeah. And then I thought, oh my God, here I am, me and my disabled daughter and my little dog, Susie. And I have nobody else to help me. I mean, like nobody. I'm like, oh my God. Well, I called 911 and one of the officers came out. Just by luck, he lived in Albuquerque. He had a friend that was a mechanic that owed him some favors. He offered us to stay at his guest house because his house had like a guest house with a bathroom and a big bedroom, that was like separate from the entrance to this house. And I didn't know what to do. So I said, okay. So I had it towed back to Albuquerque, and he had his friend fix it. I think it was like $900.
Cheap.
And it worked out fine. And it was kind of funny because his wife was a social worker, and I worked in mental health as a case manager, so we kind of had a little something in common there. And we got along fine. I was there for 3 days. They were very accommodating to help me out. I got really lucky, and it was during the Balloon Fest in Albuquerque, which is really hard to even find a motel, let alone somebody to help you to fix your transmission. So 3 days later, we were back on the road. So, but the lesson learned is you never tow a trailer through the mountains in overdrive. You always got to take it out of overdrive, and I did not know that at the time.
Right. He'd get too hot.
I learned that the hard way. Yeah, yeah.
Hello,
So,
Billy. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Billy, truth be told,
I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry, man.
I
There you
seen him come in, but I didn't want to say hello to him while you was talking, so I didn't want to break the conversation.
So, but send me the pictures on that thing. There's a way to do that with that rail on that trailer. You could put a floor right straight across the top of the rail.
uh-huh.
You can do it that way and just put blocks between the floor and the bottom of the camper. You know, you can just screw them into your truck bed and just put your run it across in about 3 places and screw that thing down to it.
Okay, okay.
Or
Well,
you can,
would I have to put something, because I never, well, I never really put any like sealer on it or anything. Maybe I could do that first to seal the wood so it wouldn't get nasty.
yeah. Well,
Um,
if it's pressure treated, it's treated all the way through. They put
yeah,
pressure on it like a pressure kettle, and it
yeah,
goes into the wood. It won't hurt
yeah,
to treat it. I mean, you can put Thompson seal on it or something like that. It wouldn't hurt it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the other way you can do it is you can go in and build it in and drop it down and build it in like that, and then put your bed right on top of that rail going across, and
Okay,
then you got storage under your bed.
okay. So like the front part of it, put the front part of it out wider,
Yeah,
or
I would go at least 6 foot wide. Now that's one thing. That's one thing that I've seen some people that got the 5 foot ones back at the
Mhm.
company that builds them, and they got some 4 foot wide. But when you get
Yeah, I'm not
shorter,
sure.
how tall are you, Linda?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, well, see, you need that 6 foot to sleep and stretch out, really.
Yeah.
And so, if
Mhm.
I was going to build another one, and this is what I built my last one, I built it a 6 by 10,
Mhm.
and that was all kind of room in the. And I used it for several years, but I pulled one little trick in it. I built cabinets on the front, but I put an office chair in,
Oh, okay.
roll-in office chair that you could just roll around. Once you got out of bed, you get in that office chair and you just roll around in the camper,
Mhm.
and you couldn't stand up, but you didn't have to duck walk getting in and out of it, you know,
Right. Yeah.
and that worked pretty good.
Yeah.
But you put that
Well,
6 foot bed
yeah,
for
I think that would be good. I just wouldn't know how to put it past the rails, because
yeah,
I mean the
just
rails
lay it on top of the rail.
and
Just
because it's up, the rails go up pretty high.
well, they probably don't go up over 10 inches or something like that.
I don't know. Here, wait a minute. Let me just hold on a minute. Let me show you. Hang on, because it's right outside how my yard is like right outside my door, my bathroom door. See if you can see a little. Okay, whoops, hang on. I'll give you a little. See if I can turn it around and show you. I just got a little kitty house in there right now that I had built out for the cats that I didn't use this year. Can you see it at all? Let me go down here and trigger this solar, or not solar, like this censored light. Let me see here. It'll go bright in a second here. I think. There we go. This is the smaller one. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, can you see this one?
A
Here,
little bit.
let me go on this side so that the light is behind me.
Yeah, there you go. I can see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see how big that tongue weight is there?
yeah. Well, what you need to do is if you got a tape measure tomorrow, before
Uh-huh.
you send me some pictures, measure how far it is in between them rails, or how wide the trailer is.
Oh, how wide it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it's 5 feet.
Might be.
I want to say it's 5. I'm not for certain. Hang on, let me just check here. Hold on. I had a tape in here. I try to keep some tools in the house so I don't have to run all over in my garage all the time. Yeah. I got my little containers that I keep, because sometimes I just throw it in the RV, you know. So if I need something, I got it. And watch me not have a tape measure in here. Well, I think it's 5 feet. I think it's 5 by 6. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, here, wait. Here's a tape right here. Someplace there it shouldn't be. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me look and see if I can show you here. Hold on a second here. Let's see here. Let me just see if I can balance it up here somehow. Balancing act. It's over here.
That's all right. Just go ahead and measure.
Okay. Outside. So, yeah, it's 5 feet 4 inches.
54?
So it's 64 inches across. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the length. Yeah, so from the outside to the outside is 8 feet 2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that.
You can go to 6 by 8, 6 by 10 on it. Then, all right. Measure one more thing for me. Measure how high that rail is.
Right, that's what I was gonna do. Okay.
Okay.
So the rail stands at 12 and a half inches.
Okay. That's not bad.
So from the floor to the top part of the rail is 12 and a half. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a hefty little trailer. It's not lightweight, you know. The other one.
I'll sit down and draw you. I'll sit down and draw you something. So
Okay.
how you could build that thing, and it's really simple. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
Let
me check what the other one is.
Do you see your daughter?
Uh-huh.
Or do you sleep with your daughter? Sleep?
Yeah, I have 2 beds that are 2 foam mattresses. Okay, so this smaller one is 5'2" widthwise, and then the lengthwise is 7'6".
Little trailer.
Yeah.
You could build it on either one of them.
Yeah, the little one is here, let me show you I don't know if you've seen the end of it. I would probably have to hold on just a second. I got to see where I'm walking. I need the light here. Okay. So the little one, it's got a different kind of a hitch to it. You see it?
Yeah.
You see how that one's a little different?
Yeah, that kind of hits it all right.
Yeah, I mean it works. It's got like a little, what do you call it? You know, you can put your little lock in it and all that stuff. It's kind of rusted out right now, and I have to clean it up. But see the front of it here is a little different.
Yeah,
It's
it's got
not.
braces on it though. You'll be all right on it.
Yeah, yeah. But see, the thing of it is you see all this wood here that I put on here. That's the only difference. It doesn't have the side rails. I mean,
You could probably build it easier on that. You'd still might have to cut a fender in your wood.
put a what?
But I said you might have to cut a hole for your tires. You know.
Oh, yeah, because you see how it is?
Yeah, because they stick up. You know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I
Yeah.
guarantee you sit down there and spend a little bit of time and less than $1,000 since you've already got the trailer and have you a pretty nice little camper.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of would enjoy that, because if it would be a little bit less on fuel, it would
Yeah.
be easier on me, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and the nice thing about that too is you can go to a campground and you want to drop your trailer, unhook and go get you something to eat or go to the grocery store or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that stuff in a Class C.
Yeah, I I've owned just about every kind of camper you can think of, and I hate a motorhome.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, you know,
that.
Back in 2009, when I first started doing this stuff, you know, with a camper, I have a 91 Toyota. It's a Toyota Horizon, and it's a cute little camper. I gutted it out, and I did the insulation and stuff myself. But I hired somebody to do the build because I don't know. I'm just not real good at that kind of stuff. I can demolition it pretty well, but I'm not so good at putting it back together, you know. But I just, you know, I liked it because it was smaller. It was only like 21 feet, and the only thing, it was a V6, and I don't know. I didn't keep the shower. I took the shower out, and I wish I wouldn't have, because I need my soap and water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if it's just in a barrel or a bucket or whatever, I just, you know, just stand there and take a bottle and dump it over my head to whatever, you know.
I was watching Roy and Becky earlier yesterday during their afternoon live show, and they were in their clam, and they said that I could camp in that clam if I wanted to.
Well, the clam, you could fix it up pretty good. Like you seen Tracy's, right? She had a heck of a little setup.
I didn't get to see it up. I didn't get to see it up close though. I heard y'all talking about it. Huh?
Well, you know, she had it set up. It was cute. It was like a little apartment. It was really, really cute. But what I did in my Toyota after I ripped the shower out and everything, I made it so it had more beds, but I wish I would have done the bed in the corner, you know, like how Class C's usually do, have that bed in the corner, in a corner bathroom. That's what I should have done, and I didn't do it that way, and I could kick myself because it's still sitting here in the driveway. But now for some reason it's not starting, and my mechanic friend came over the other day and we tried starting it, and I think we used starting fluid, and I just had this real sick feeling in my stomach. I thought, you know what? It's going to catch fire. And sure shit, it did. I said, I hurry up and told Lewis, grab the hose. Grab the hose, and I turned it on, and he's all screaming.
I learned a long time ago, you don't use starting fluid.
Well, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something else, but we used something to try to, get it going because it was just sitting there for a while, and it didn't want to turn over. And then when it did try to kind of,
Backfired.
yeah, like a little putter,
Yeah.
So,
Spit through
and
that
I,
carburetor.
huh?
Spit through that carburetor. What happens is gas you've got now, if you don't crank a vehicle at least every 30 days now, you're going to have trouble.
Yeah,
won't run.
that's why I keep doing the big old monster out in the driveway. I started up and we took it down to Goodyear and up to DeBell Road the other day, up the highway, and took it around, me and my daughter and her boyfriend and my son. We all rode around in it, for a while. But I've got brand new tires on my Class C on my big one. It's a 26-footer. But I just don't want to spend all that gas.
Yeah, it costs.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised when I took the truck to Wisconsin, and I brought my mom and dad's concrete patio table back in the back of the truck, and I brought a bunch of other stuff, and it weighted down quite a bit, but it didn't take that much in gas. I was surprised.
Well, that's one thing about these square drops. They sit down. They don't set up as high as your truck. The cab, and so they don't burn too much gas.
Right.
But there's all kind of ways to do it. That's one thing I try to impress with people on my blog is that if you want to go full time, even full time, but if you want to go camping, there's a jillion ways you can do it now.
Yeah.
They even got tents now that's got ports on it that you can put air conditioner in the damn thing.
That's what I was wondering too. I was looking at this one guy. He had this board that went across the back of his tailgate. He had a hole cut in the back of it for a little 5,000 BTU air conditioner. He stuck it right back in there, and he got in there with his thermometer, and that thing was like cool as a cucumber.
Oh yeah.
And I have one. I have one too. My friend gave me one that she didn't use anymore. So I have a small AC unit, and I was going to put it in the back of my big RV if I decided to take that someplace. This way I can always run it off my generator. I have a 25, I have one of those Predators 2500 or something like that. 2025, something like that.
I tell you what, you can take, I went full circle. I had a 35-foot motorhome. That was the biggest one I had. And then I had a 37-foot fifth wheel. And I've just, down through the years, I've just owned a lot of RVs. And it's funny. I've come all the way around now to work. For traveling, that cab over camper works better than anything that I've got.
Yeah.
Convenient. I pull trailers with it. There's enough room to where you can really sleep 3 people in if you want. If 2 can sleep in the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you don't want to use it, well, you just run them 4 jacks down and set it off. And you just got your regular truck.
Yeah. 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 I'll have to. What did you call those things again? It's a hard shell top camper.
Oh, it's a hard shell rooftop tent.
Hard shell rooftop tent. Okay. I think I've seen one of those on top of a SUV.
They've got some that are just tents, but this one is like if you had somebody sleeping in the back of the truck and somebody sleeping up on top. They're 4 foot wide, and I don't know if you and your daughter could sleep in that.
I don't know if we could both sleep in it. The back of the truck, it's kind of weird, okay? Because when I went to Texas, I went to the Lollapalooza in Texas last year, or in October, and I took my Prius because I have the bigger Prius. I've got the V model, not the regular little tiny one. I've got the longer one. It's more like a wagon kind of thing, the hatch in the back. And I have 2 3-inch foam mattresses, and I put them side by side. I put a piece of wood in between where the seats were. I pushed them all the way forward, and there was like a big gap between there. I put a piece of wood in through there. I put the mattresses in there. I put my Reflectix all on my windows. And when we got down there, we didn't stay at the camp because there was no other places to camp, but I had my friend with me. So I went to go pick her up in Oklahoma, and then we went down to Texas, and we just stayed in a hotel. But on the way back, my daughter Sierra and I, we took 40 all the way into Arizona, and we stopped in Flagstaff and, you know, piddled around there for a while, went to Goodwill and kicked around there, you know, overnight. And it was like, I want to say it was like 30 degrees out or 25 degrees out. It was cold, but it was kind of funny because we had the Reflectix in the windows. We had all of our, I mean, because I'm a wool blanket kind of girl. I mean, I got wool blankets coming out the, you know what, and I had all my wool blankets back there, and I turned on the heater, toasted it up, and we were warm until like about maybe 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You know, I was about
it was
45
great.
minutes from you at that Lollapalooza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was at the one not last year, but year before last.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you meet Blind Views? Were you at that one?
Do what now?
I'm trying to think. Which year did you go? Not last year, or not this past October, but the one before that. Or
Yeah.
maybe it was 2 years ago. Okay, I was trying to go to the one before this last year, but my brakes on my RV weren't working. On the big one, you know, the caliper, I didn't know, but I had like 3 different guys looking at it, and it just wasn't working. It was grinding, you know.
Well, if you'd have seen me there, you'd have remembered me because I came up there and camped that weekend. I was on that red Harley of mine with the sidecar on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this year she had it in Abilene. Was it by Fort Worth?
Yeah, it was up close to Fort Worth.
Right. Yeah, see, I wanted to go to that one too because I have friends that live in that area too. You know, I used to live in Fort Worth. My son was born in Fort Worth at Carswell Air Force Base.
See, I'm just outside of Waco, so I'm not that far.
Oh, okay. But, yeah, that's not that far.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that it was a long drive.
Imagine.
It was a long drive, yeah, because I went from here to Chakota, Oklahoma first, and then I backtracked down to Abilene. So.
Well, I was lucky that year I went. Well, Chrome was there, and Nomadic Fanatic was there, and
Eric
Badge
was there this year.
Rex on the motorcycle.
The guy that rides for diabetes, because his son, the one that had his son had the diabetes. Yeah, I met him too. Yeah.
Well, let's see. I think he had his new trailer. He had a
small box. Oh,
boxy looking trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I built that trailer for him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's all aluminum on it. He wanted made out of aluminum, and I had met him up there. And he couldn't get it done down in Houston where he lived. It's going to cost him a fortune. So I got hold of him and I said, "You come on up here and I'll frame that trailer for you out of because I've got my aluminum welder and stuff here."
Dang.
But
all right, I'll just tow my trailer out by you. You can hook me up.
You go.
But I will pay you to do this. I will not expect you to do it for nothing. That's the thing. When people offer to help me, I'm like, well, okay, what do I owe you? Well, I can't just, I don't feel right without paying somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way I am.
Yeah.
Like if I ever find somebody to help me with this steering gearbox.
Well, if you were here, I could get my friend Lewis to help. I met this one man that's a very good mechanic here in Goodyear, Arizona.
Yeah.
Or it's either Goodyear or Litchfield Park. And I tell you what, it was a blessing meeting him because he has helped me out a lot. And then even helped me pull out the refrigerator, that old Norcold that I had in the big RV, and we put in a smaller one. And he helped me build a pantry in there above where the old refrigerator was.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to take nothing. I said, you got to take something. I said, what do you need? I said, let me buy you something. So I wound up buying him a real nice chop saw.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because, I've been told by several different people that there's no way I'm going to be able to do that with that way that thing's heavy. And I gotta be able to hold it still while I'm taking bolts loose, and then knocking the pitman arm loose, and I don't know what all else I got to knock loose to get that thing out of there. But I know once I get the old one out, I got to put it in the box to go get my money back on the old one because it's cord to, huh?
Make sure you take that pitman arm off before you do anything else. That's the first thing you do. That way it won't move around on you when you're hammering that fork up underneath it.
Pitman arm. I'm going today to get the pitman arm tool.
Yeah, but while that gearbox is bolted down, you can get a pretty good lick on that pitman arm. Knock that ball joint loose, or knock that pitman arm loose. But if you got it unbolted when you're trying to take it off, man, it's nearly impossible to get a good enough lick on it to break it loose. So
I better knock that pitman arm loose before unbolting it, right?
That's right. And of course, if yours is bolted in the middle, well, it won't be no problem, Kenny. Inside joke.
I still can't believe I would have to see this vehicle.
We had a guy on here the other night who was giving Kenny a hard time about how he should do that gearbox. And the guy, I don't know, he just likes he's not stupid, but he knows just enough to make an idiot out of himself talking about it, Yeah. And he was telling Kenny that gearbox was in the center of the car. Well, a damn steering gearbox ain't in the center. It's either on one side or the other. If you're in England, it's on the right.
It's where your steering wheel is, because your steering wheel is either on the left hand side of your vehicle or on the right hand side of your vehicle, depending on which one it is. I mean,
He kept giving Kenny a hard time, and I asked him. I said, "How many of them things have you changed?" And he went to stammering around. He said, "Well, the one I changed, it was right in the middle." Me and Kenny been laughing about that for the last week.
That's funny.
No, he was supposed to do it last week, this past Saturday, but his daddy got real bad off.
Well, he come in here early, but he didn't say anything.
Now I'm getting ready to go to Helen, Georgia, so everything's going to have to be put on the back burner now.
I tell you what.
So what is the cost of aluminum compared to the wood kind to build out a trailer?
A lot.
I mean, I know aluminum's a lot lighter.
A lot higher, too. And building it's a lot more problem.
Yeah.
You can actually, aluminum is great, but it's got to be braced up.
Yeah.
You can take a piece of steel. Yeah. You take a piece of steel, let's say an 1/8 of an inch thick, And if you put a piece of aluminum in that same spot, same stress on it, it'll have to be a 1/4 inch thick. You'll have to double it. So you don't really
Oh,
gain that much.
right,
And unless you're counting ounces, you know. And
right.
plus, it's harder to weld and it's more expensive, and you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Because I remember that guy's trailer, the one that he pulled on his motorcycle.
yeah,
It was a nice built trailer. If it's the
yeah,
same guy
well,
that I'm thinking of, that he rides around for diabetes.
yeah, Rick,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember him.
That's
Yeah.
we pull it in the shop, and
Mm-hmm.
he got somebody to build a frame for him, and he couldn't get the frame built like he wanted. Well, he come up first, and I built the frame up for him for the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got to trying to get that aluminum work done. He couldn't find anybody to do it. So I just went ahead, and you know, he's doing something that's a good deal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, he
I
gave
don't.
me one of his cards. I have one of his cards around here. I think he had stickers too, as a matter of fact. And I
Lone
got him
Lone
here.
Lone Star. Well,
Lone Star. Yep. Yep. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that because I was just thinking about all my stickers the other day, and I thought, man, what did I do with all those stickers? Because I had gotten a bunch of them from over there, and when I was in Texas, and I I got them somewhere. I haven't stuck them on nothing because I'm not sure what I'm wanting to do with what I have yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've got so many pictures and stuff. I mean, I met a lot of people. Oh God, back from 2018 because that's when I started going to the RTRs and stuff, and that's when I met. Well, actually, I
we were
met.
probably at the same RTR because
What's that?
we probably went to the same RTR.
2018.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was about when I went. There was about that was the
Oh,
first year it blew up real big. It was like 4,000 people
were
there,
you
and
there when Eric was singing till like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and Bob got mad and started hollering?
yeah, yeah. And well,
That's
that's sort of what broke him and Jamie up too, because Jamie and them were playing the music late. I didn't stay for one day. There were too damn many people.
yeah. I was out there that year. I was camping with Aja, Pandemonium, Eric. I was with Eric. Who else was there? At that time, oh, Camper Van Kevin. I met him out there. Blue Van Dan. I met him out there. Um, Destination Open Road, Terry and Scott.
Yeah,
I know
I
all them
never did.
people.
I never did meet them up there at the Lollapalooza. Well, I met C Dub and
Oh yeah, C
and,
Dub. I met her last year.
and
She's so
Frugal.
nice.
Oh, she's nuts. Frugal gal. I had met her before. She was working at Awesome Kingdom, I think, and
Did
then
you
I
meet
met her there.
did you meet Deborah Dickinson?
Yeah,
Yeah, I met her last year at Lollapalooza. She's so
and
sweet.
I see. I'm thinking about what was that gal's name that worked on a tugboat. You was a mess. And then, of course, met Billy and Rhonda, the ones that do the uh, not crock pot, Dutch oven cooking.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm not
He,
sure if I
he'll,
met them there.
he'll come in
Yeah,
here once in a while. And
yeah,
I met a bunch of people up there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while for me. I mean, I went to the RTR for a couple of times, and this year's RTR I went to, and I met Bob, and I was on his. He was doing talking to people, and I went up there, and he even shook my hand.
Kenny was on there too on that deal with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I told Kenny, I said, "Let's go. We're gonna go meet Bob." Right, Kenny?
yeah, it was a pleasure and honor to get to meet him.
Yeah.
And
And
I
we,
guess
and we got to meet Cody, his dog. Well, Cody's met me before back in 2018, but I told Kenny, I said, I got to take you over to the RTR so you can see them guys.
Next time I come out there, I definitely want to experience more of like the parts that you was gonna show me around,
Yep.
and
Yep. I'll take you
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, and I'd like to be able to experience. I'd like to be able to experience the Schoolie Palooza. Find out because it looked like from the video footage that I'd seen.
I've been there before. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, it's just different, Sometimes, like during the day and then in the night they'll have the entertainment and stuff like that. But it's getting to be so big, like Bob's RTR it's kind of like it just gets to be too much. Like this year, Jamie, I mean, he can't even put on really a van build without having the BLM, make a stink about it,
Well, Bob's been having hell. He was putting that summer camp on up there at Flagstaff, and the Rangers came in there and fined them, and they couldn't have more than 75 people in a group up there above Flagstaff.
Yeah.
I really get aggravated at people. There's a lot of these people on here that just put him down big time. And
Bob Wells?
Yeah, he's making money. He's done. Well, what the hell's wrong with making money? I mean, I thought that's what we all did for a job.
Right.
But I don't listen to him much anymore. But I learned, even though I had RV'd for years, I learned a lot about the solar panels and the gear, the new stuff that was coming up. And he was, now I'm not a van dweller. I'd rather have the pickup and a cab over camper than I had a van. It's got more room. But and I noticed that he's gone to an ambulance now.
Yes.
Just getting more room, But now that guy's done a lot of good to people. And there's some people sure get on his case.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's just been around for so long, and then the people that, that really need his advice are the ones that appreciate it. It's the ones that don't care and they just look at the money aspect of it all and all that. But the RTR back when it first started maybe had like 50 people.
Yeah.
And it just grew so big, which I heard something about that he's got some land up by, well, maybe he doesn't. He has got some permission to do a function in Pahrump, because I think that's where he camps at, Hang on,
that's where his home base is.
Susie, hang on just a second, Ron. You okay?
Yeah, you're right, Lorraine. It's a business, and I don't know. There's your one, Kenny. There's your troll. Or is that a troll?
It's troll. It's gone.
Kenny's bad. Oh, that's a cute one.
This is my Susie. Hi. Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
Hey.
Oh,
Susie cute.
Hi, Kenny.
I tell you what, I shouldn't say anybody's name on this, but that's the reason I quit watching Blind Views, is because he was continually on full timers, stuff like that, just running everybody down. I just go, why don't even listen to him? I met him up there at the top of it.
I was going to ask you if that's the year that you went, because he was there. His wife drove him out there. Well, because he can't see to drive, so, there's a lot of mixed thoughts about Blind Views. I mean, I used to always be I used to watch Blind View. Well, I still watch Blind Views, but I used to watch Blind Views and Camo Dave. And I got real close with Camo Dave. And he used to tell me a lot of stuff. And he would actually get mad at me if I went and watched Blind Views. I mean, it just was kind of a thing where he would get mad at me and then he would unmod me. He would block me. And then he would leave me messages like, because I sent him a camouflage bear a year ago for, I think it was his birthday, I think it was. Because it was not too far from Valentine's Day, and I found this nice, cute little Valentine camo bear, and I sent it to him. And the last time, you know, he got mad at me, he blocked me and all that. Well, then he came out to Phoenix, and then I tried to get in touch with him, and then he was with that camper Marie, I think your name is, and they spent some time in Apache Junction where this other guy lives. And I tried to get in touch with him, but, you know, we didn't really touch base or nothing like that. And then all of a sudden he died. After he got back, he died, you know, and I was like, you know, and he just would always be mad at me anytime I would be on Blind Views. I mean, literally text messaging me saying, hey, when are we getting married? I want to publicize it. I'm like, oh, Dave, you know, and I didn't mean it like to be mean or anything like that. I just was like joking, you know. And he got so mad. And I think it was because he had a few drinks, and he gets like that when he has a few drinks with me. And I tell him, I just said, hey, don't drink when you're on your live feeds, because you don't know who you're sending a message to, you know. And I went to school. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor. I went to school for that. And then I went on and got my bachelor's in psychology. And I had a lot of talks with Dave. And that was the reason why I said for him not to kind of curtail his drinking while he's on his live feeds. You know what I mean? It wasn't because I was insinuating he's an alcoholic. That was not the reason why. But boy, did I get flack when after he died. And I did a video when I found out. And I was really upset that he passed away, you know. You know, but yeah, you know, Blind Views is, you know, Blind Views is Blind Views, and Dave was Dave. And, you know,
They hated each other.
oh yeah. Oh, and I tried to get them to kind of like just, you know, wipe the slate clean and just, you know, try to make amends. You know what I mean? Life's too short to be always mad at everybody, you know.
Well, the first live screen I ran when I started doing this every night, that was when I got online that night. And we had a few people in here, and I said, okay. And there's a couple rules that's going to happen in this room. And, you know, if I don't have anybody in here, I just won't have anybody in here. The drama,
Right.
I don't want that. You know, if you don't get along with somebody that's in the room, don't fool with them.
Right.
You
Don't say nothing. Right.
But don't tell me who to say hi to and not say hi to. And I made it pretty plain the way I was, because that's when they had some problems here on YouTube or viewers had. And I hate that kind of crap. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to put up with it.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. I'm the
Yeah.
same way. I'm the
Yeah.
same way. I mean,
That's one reason me and Kenny get along. We like to have a good time.
yeah.
Right.
I'm like, if you got an issue with somebody, you should go to them face to face and not put it out there on public platform.
Well, it doesn't make any difference
Well,
what the deal is. It shouldn't be public anyway. It ought to be kept private.
Yeah.
Right. And not only that, a lot of people will go through somebody else to say what they need to say instead of coming to that person directly. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is with a lot of things. But Blind Views and Dave could never see eye to eye on things. And, you know, and I don't dislike one of them either way. You know what I mean? I liked them okay both. And, you know, I like to go in and socialize, but everybody else could socialize. That was a mod for him, but Dave did not want me socializing with him.
And see, now if somebody does that with me, to me, they're trying to control me. The hell with that. They
That's
ain't
what it
doing
was.
that. Yeah, they ain't doing that to this old country boy. I'm, I,
Right.
I got a lot of jackass in me, and if you go to pushing me, well, I'll push back pretty heavy.
Right. Right.
And I'm easy going now. I like to get along with everybody.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
there's a limit to it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I've had issues with somebody back 3-4 years ago, and it's not a woman, it's a guy. And I seen him at that meetup that Kenny and I went to, and I did a beeline right for his vehicle. And I told him, I'm like, look, buddy, but the thing of it is that you can talk until you're blue in the face. But if somebody still wants to talk bad about you, even if it's not, it's not the truth, you know what I'm saying? They're still going to do it. And that's what was going on. And, I was not liking that very well, of course, nobody would, but, nobody would like it either. But it's just the fact that, it's who you deal with. And sometimes it's better just don't even say nothing at all. Just leave it go, whatever, but, yeah.
Well, I haven't got a single person in this room blocked, and I accidentally blocked a couple of people. I blocked Cookie and
Oh.
one night, but
accidentally blocked William somehow.
yeah, well, I didn't block William. Somebody else did that, and I found a place they hid it when they blocked him.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't show up on anything. And so finally I went back to that one place that lists everybody that's been blocked the whole time and found William's name. I looked and looked and looked, but I wasn't the one that blocked him.
Yeah.
You and me both probably know who blocked him. And but now there's certain things I won't put up with, and it's my room. I'm gonna run it the way I want to.
Right.
That's the way I feel about that. And I appreciate everybody that comes in here, but they need to come in here to have a good time. That's what it's all about.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And
Yeah. 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 That's the thing. According to Dave, I could only have a good time on his channel. I couldn't have a good time on Blind Views.
well, blind views. My deal with blind views is probably not anything particular. I knew that him and Dave didn't get along, and I got tired of hearing that. And then I got tired of blind views putting Bob Wills down or putting anybody. If somebody broke down on the road, well, then they were begging, Well, people work. These full timers, they work at that, making these videos and stuff. It's not a freebie.
Right.
They're not going to make money unless they work full time.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
I don't particularly dislike blind views, but I just got tired of the downer attitude. It's always putting somebody down, and I got tired of that.
Well, I don't, like I said, I don't, I don't try to talk negative about anybody, but although I will say, now I've known Eric since 2018. Granted, I haven't had a lot of interaction with him, but he's known who I am and I've known who he is, since the RTR in 2018. And when I went to Abilene, I don't know if I have mine here. I'll show it to you. I made one for Camo Dave before, and I made one for Eric. Let me show you.
That's right, Janice. You gotta I like people. I like having a good time.
I don't know if you can hold on a second.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see the little, oops, can you see the little compass on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I made one. Let's see here. It's got Linda and Campgoer one in the wooden beads. It's a lanyard. Oh, geez. It's a lanyard. See, I made one for Camo Dave like this. Gosh, I'm not very good at holding this camera and showing it to you guys. But I made one with Eric's name on there. It had Eric, Jax, and the other little kitty. I didn't put the little yellow one in there only because nobody really knew about that little kitty yet. I knew about it because Dave told me somebody that was one of his when they pay to be a subscriber, for extras or whatever, that they were saying that he had this little kitty. But anyhow, I made one of those for Eric, in memory of Jax. And typically when you get a pet cremated, they'll come in like a wooden box of some sort. A lot of them are Amish boxes like we have, and I've got several of them from my pets. I've always had them cremated and kept their ashes and stuff. But they're the wooden colors, so they're a lot like these colors that are blended in the lanyard that I made. I was disappointed because Eric didn't even mention it on his channel. Not at all. He didn't have to mention who I was, who made it. He could have said, oh, hey, just a subscriber, nicely made this for me, blah, blah, blah. I did a video, or my friend Shelby from Oklahoma, the one I picked up that went with me, she videoed me getting to Eric. But he never once mentioned it on his channel, which kind of disappointed me, but whatever, since I had, lived here in Phoenix and been doing animal rescue, I've met a lot of people and I have good connections with very good veterinarians and stuff now. And I tried to get a hold of Eric when his cat was having that thyroid storm, because, I've got the connections here now from doing volunteering, with the spay or trap neuter program and doing rescue. But he never gave me he never answered none of my emails. I could have got him here and got Jax taken care of for him. And I told him that when I got there, but I gave him a nice lanyard and he never mentioned nothing.
He's a funny guy. To that. Just,
well,
and I'm not saying that
to myself, but he does do very good videos. I will say that, he's very good.
He is good at that. He's one of the best.
He sure is.
He's I had my motorcycle there at Appaloosa, and he had his there. And so I said something to him, talk a little bit. But he's not I'm not going to say self-centered. He just, he's not real sociable. It's just, he's not a big person.
He has his circle of friends.
Yeah. And that's all right, And sometimes I'm a pretty good judge of character. When I meet somebody the first time, 99% of the time, whatever vibes I get is the way it's going to be.
Yes,
and
sir.
Once in a while, somebody will fool me. But I don't think me and him would get along real well. And I've got no reason to say that. But I just don't think that his personality and my personality would gel.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying nothing bad about him. I mean, like I say, he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But that's of course, there's some people that their personalities, I don't give a damn if they're good people, their personalities just won't gel. It's just like oil and water. It just don't mix. And there's some people like that.
Yeah.
And,
Well, from my experiences, remember I told you I had the issue with that guy that I hunted him down and went to talk with him when I seen him this last time. I won't go into it because I really don't want to.
no.
Kenny knows all about it. I shared it with Kenny, but I don't usually go on my channel and do stuff like that, or do it if I say something, But the fact of it is that I think that when you meet people, you need to judge them based on your interaction with them, not what other people say. And that's the problem when people get, mingle with each other, whatever. And if one person doesn't like another person, they're going to go, pss, 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 and I don't think that that's right. And, if you're going to interact with somebody, or if you're going to interact with a group, act accordingly. Don't act. Don't do something that you would be embarrassed by, or don't say, I mean, there's a lot of things a lot of people have said and done that, okay, it's a mistake, or it's not a mistake, but just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Don't carry it on and spread rumors and this and that. And that's what I've experienced in the past. And that's why I went to that guy and I told him, I says, you better knock it off, but I helped out this other guy.
Say, Kenny?
I was going to say, don't be something that you're really not. Just be yourself.
Yeah, if you like me like I am, well, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. I mean, that's your privilege.
Right.
And and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I mean, they're just
and to go around and talk about people behind their backs and say things that aren't true either. You know what I'm saying?
Different. That's different.
That's what I experienced when I went to Texas because of this guy that I confronted when Kenny and I were in Quartzsite. And I won't go into it any further, but, I bit my tongue. Let's put it that way. I didn't get mad at him or say anything to him when I was at Lollapalooza, because let's put it this way. My degree is in psychology and I use it when I need it. Let's put it that way. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
I've also learned myself that you're not always going to please everyone anyway.
Yeah.
That's right, Kenny. That's right.
And if somebody pushes me now that's a different ball game. And there's some of these on here. I think it was Janice or Kat the other night. I sort of got on a boy and told her to back up, get off of it. And he said something else about it. And it was about the deals where all the trucks are going across the convoys. And I told him, I said, we don't go into politics here. And well, he went into it again. And one of them, either Janice or Cat One, said, I'm going to tell you what, Ronnie done told you one time. Now you couldn't go if you don't, and I would have. If it said one more word, well, he would have been out of there. But I gave him 2 chances to do it,
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It just this channel here is I have a good time with it. I enjoy the people that's on it. Me and Kenny have a good time, and we get a little rescue in here every once in a while, but it's not. It never gets nasty.
Right, right.
It's fun, you can cut up and go on, and pretty well say anything you want to say if you say it the right way.
Yeah.
And
well, I used to always tell Dave, I said, let's just agree to disagree sometimes.
Yeah,
we don't always have to agree, but we can still be friends. We don't have to agree on everything, but especially in politics, because you know how politics are. Ugh.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've learned myself. I've learned myself from my own self experience. I don't even do it with my own family. My,
Yeah.
that I go to that I go to around the holidays and stuff. When I go visit family in the holidays and stuff, I don't even talk politics or religion. I
Right.
learned that those two subjects are two very touchy subjects that usually set people off like no tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
not, it's not that I don't believe in religion. I do believe in religion. Like I said many times, I was raised apostolic Pentecostal holiness church. And and I try to live by what we believe in by in that denomination and things and do what's right and things. But I don't bring it up very much because I know different people have different beliefs and things.
Oh yeah.
There's another one, Kenny.
I done got him.
Oh, you done got him. Just popped up
Yep.
in here. Kenny would have been a hell of a gunfighter if he'd been born about 150 years ago.
Right. Right. Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be long, and I'm gonna have to get off here. We done been on here 3 hours and 20 minutes.
It's a long time.
Hey, you keep this up, bro. You'll get your watch hours in no time, brother.
Yeah, I looked at my watch hours for the last year, and it's 1.6, I think, 1600.
I was just yeah. I was just looking at mine and mine's at still at over 6,000 and something.
Yeah. Well, my subs are picking up a little bit, but I've got to start making videos at least one a week. You know, because that's a whole different crowd of people, and that's where really everybody in here we sort of sub to each other already. So you don't pick any subs up in here already, but on the videos you will. And
But now I've learned how to. I've learned throughout my YouTube journey. If you want your channel to grow, to go visit other channels and
Yeah.
spread yourself out a little bit. Go visit like not only travel channels, but go visit cruising channels. Go visit gardening channels. Go visit other genres. You know, uh, you know. Like tonight's gonna be there's gonna be some Disney channels on that I'm interested in. So, you know, and I usually share out whatever live stream I'm on. I usually share it out on my
I got to start putting it up ahead of time.
yeah.
And it's sort of weird. Like on Saturday night when we don't come up,
Yeah.
it seemed weird not to get on here. Like we usually do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get on top of G.
I understand that.
I know. I got a text message the other night from G. He says, "I'm going live. Are you coming over? Or are you coming up?"
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
like G.
yeah, it was cute. It's like, yes, dear, I'm coming over. I'll be there in a minute.
So
Yeah, he's sweet.
he's really having hell right now.
Well, I just kind of wonder what he's going to do, because I was like Dan and I were telling him, it's hard living in the desert. It ain't no joke, it's not easy living in the desert.
Hang on. Sorry about that.
Cough it up.
Yeah, well, I'm just getting over that damn bug. About 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And it hit me every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it won't mount to nothing. You start coughing and it'd be one little bitty speck or something, you get it hung in your throat and you cough fool's head off.
I know when I get a cough, I always got to carry some cough drops with me because I pop one in and it'll help me to stop coughing. Yeah.
They don't help me.
No?
I think it's further down in my throat than what
Mm.
the cough drop will sort of get to.
Is
And
it like a phlegm or something in your throat?
yeah, it's just like
Take some of the Tussin DM. Go to the Dollar General store and look for Tussin DM. Take 10 milliliters or whatever you call it of that, like a little shot of that, and that'll bring that stuff right on up. You got
this
junk in the trunk.
this might not be as big as a BB. What it's getting, I'm not congested or anything like that. That's all cleared up. I guess it's some of
Okay.
that stuff just breaking loose. It's just a small, it's clearing
Little
out.
tiny little pieces.
Yeah.
That's what I get sometimes. I had it when I get sick. I have to have that azithromycin antibiotic, and sometimes it takes me three rounds of azithromycin to get rid of it. I've been lucky. I haven't had anything in the last year. About 3 years ago, I had a real bad bout of it. But
I do like Janice was talking about lemon juice and hot water and honey, and that does more than it. I need to buy me some whiskey. Give me a excuse to
have a little jolt.
Yeah. I could probably buy a half pint. It probably lasts 5 years. I just don't drink much.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
I drink a lot of hot water and lemon.
The only time I drink alcohol very much, when that buddy of mine, we'll take him kayak and get on the river, and a section of river here that's about nearly 40 miles long that we can get on, and you'll never see another person. You go out there for a weekend, never see anyone. And we'll get up there and throw a steak on a campfire and we eat. That's one reason me and him get along so good. He likes to cook and I like to eat.
Right.
But we'll build a big campfire and sit there, and usually I'll have a couple of drinks like that. Or if I'm on a deer lease hunting, I might have a couple of drinks. That's about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care about whiskey anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't really drink too much. If I have a beer or two, I'm good.
I lost my taste for beer. I used to drink a lot of beer. Now I can't.
You know what I like? Take and put a shot of lemon juice in a beer. It's really good. I don't know what it does. It goes down smooth. It doesn't got that aftertaste. And there's just something that lemon does to it. I love it. But that's how I drink mine. If I have to bring one of those little tiny lemon squeezer bottles, and I squish it in there. And I fill that beer bottle over to the top with the lemon, and it's good.
That's like the Coronas and the lime.
Yep.
They got real popular in Texas for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But G cracks me up too, Ferry does. He's a good guy. But,
wait to meet him in person one day.
Yeah. You talk about it being rough in the desert, but it just depends on what people have lived in.
Yeah. What you're used to.
Now, to me, I can live in the desert a hell of a lot better than I can live where there's a lot of snow. Because the snow just kills me.
Oh, the snow. Yeah. Well, yeah, anytime you got the extreme cold, but then the extreme heat is not good either. But
I can put up with that heat better than I can the cold. But see, I would have what? Oh,
have you been here in the summer?
Yeah, my brother lived in Phoenix. In fact, that's where he was at when he passed away. But I was a welder. That's what I did for a living.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then the heat is. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might get up in the top of a building, every 8 foot that you go up inside a building, the temperature jumps big time.
Yeah.
We'd be 35, 40 foot up in the top of a building, well in height up there. And it'd
Wow.
be, I've carried thermometers up there before where it was 154 degrees.
Wow.
One day,
I def I definitely believe I could handle the heat better there in the desert than I could here. That I could hear in my part of the area.
Kenny just wants to move out this way one day.
Because I will say, when it gets like 80, 90, 100 degrees here,
And the
it's
humidity.
and the humidity's what's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I know. I've been there. I used to live in Wisconsin.
And I believe I can handle the heat a lot better out there in Arizona than I can here.
Well, but I will say this, Kenny, you might want to put a pair of shorts on. And I know you don't wear shorts, but you just may want to if you come and live in Arizona someday.
I'm just like Kenny. I don't own a pair of shorts, and I'm not going to put any on.
That's why I told people here it can get 80, 90, 100 degrees. I remember one time it got to 100 degrees here, and I was still in a pair of long jeans.
Not me. I couldn't handle it. I have to have at least capris on, just like right past the knee. If I have pants on, I will overheat.
That's one thing I like about Phoenix in the summertime, because the women don't wear a hell of a lot of clothes out there when it's that hot.
Ain't that the truth? I got one of those in the other bedroom. My daughter, she don't wear a whole lot of clothes in the summertime here either.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But yeah,
At least if I moved out there, I'd be closer to when they have the courtside meetup out there, though.
Right.
I'd be out there.
Well, I think that, and I was telling Gia, I said, if you're going to go any place, go to Havasu, don't go to Quartzsite. There's in the summertime, for one thing, there won't be any jobs to be had because it's pretty much closed down for the most part. At least in Havasu, people get out on their boats and they get out, and there's, and there's more stores and the more different things that, he could get a job, or Phoenix, he could come to Phoenix, and they're always hiring here. If, worst case scenario, he can always park in one of my driveways,
Well, I'd love to be able to find an area where I've got be able to have a garage and be able to have flat area where I can work on cars and stuff, and hopefully maybe be able to find somebody be willing to give me a chance, as to give me a chance at a job opportunity on working on cars.
Right.
Whereas here it's about absolutely it's about come to an absolute impossible, because nobody's willing to give me a chance at anything.
Well, and if nothing else, you could always work in a place that you order parts, or I mean, it's a lot of moving around when you're physically working on the vehicle. You know what I mean?
I know, but I don't want to. I'm not one that wants to stay still all the time either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I know that. Yeah. Well, and you just have to see what options are out there. You know what I mean? I mean, there's there's something. You just have to find it. That's all, It might take a while, but you can find something.
Yeah, I got to answer Janice here. they, Janice, I told you a long time ago when I made any bones about it. I love women, and I enjoy looking at them. Always have. But I run across my first wife here a while back, about 6 months ago, and we got cutting up and going on. We get along, and she said, I don't even know how it came up, but she said something about said, yeah, I ain't see you're gonna be a dirty old man before it's over with. And I said, hell, I was a dirty young man. I ain't no reason to change now.
Right.
But you women do the same thing. Guy comes walking by with a tight pair of jeans on, y'all just sneakier about it. I've seen so many guys that some good looking woman would walk by and they turn around and look at her, and the woman that was with them would be beating them on the back,
Right.
And then they walk on down the mall and there'll be some good looking guy walking in front of them, and they'll look up at whoever they're with and see if they're watching them. If they're not watching them, then they look. Y'all just sneakier. That's all.
We just do it a little bit more on the sly.
Yeah, that's right.
That's funny.
My favorite thing in school was gym class, and you know what that means? them gym shorts.
But that's what, like I used to tell my wife. I said, I might say I do, but I'm not going to say I'm, and I tease her about looking too. I mean, we both got up one on them.
That's funny.
Yeah. Gym class. Of course, I got an exception. I didn't have to change, so whatever I had on for school that day, that's exactly what I wore all day long. Did not change not one time. But
did you wear the suspenders back then?
Yeah.
Hold them britches up.
Yep. Yeah.
He kept having problems with that one. Kept on coming undone, and he couldn't reach around the back to fix it. Was it that little clamp at the back that kept coming apart?
Something like it.
Yeah, that's right, Janice. I told Janice the other day that she was going to start getting back further from her laptop to be able to see the keys.
Oh. Yeah.
I guess I got a weird sense of humor about some. I have never seen a person in my life that didn't have something special about them. I mean, if it's a woman, it might be the smile or eyes or hair or boobs or a butt or legs or whatever. But there's somebody, I mean, everybody's got something that's pretty special, and it cracked me up. And it don't hurt to tell a woman that you're good looking, or I've told a lot of women before that not hustling you or anything else, you're just a pretty lady, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that depends on how damn personal you're talking about, Janet. I always said I needed 3 hands, these 2 and one right in the center of my chest.
But when I was in high school, seeing them girls wear them gym shorts, they like to tore me up.
They like to tore me up. Oh, Kenny.
I think I'm a bad influence on Kenny.
Well, I'm just being honest. I would much rather see a female than I would a male.
Yeah, I'm sort of.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a good thing, Kenny. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh.
But
Somebody.
I used to date a gal that was a nut. I mean, she was teetotal nut. And she'd get me in more damn trouble. You could be walking down a mall and there'd be some guy in front of you, a couple walking in front of you. And she'd reach up and grab that guy by the butt and then just turn around and walk off. And here I am walking on, it's like,
Oh my God.
and finally one day, she kept doing that to me about 2 times. And I caught her in there and there was a little gal top short. And I reached up and patted her on the butt and turned and walked off. Left her standing there. That stopped that.
Oh my God. Oh, Lordy. My daughter's boyfriend, they'll be in the store. She's like, the things that or like the other night they went out, and this one guy, and I call him Jones. His name is Jonah, but I call him Jones. And I'm just like, my daughter tells me, she goes, oh my God, you would not believe his mouth was running. I'm like, what now? And she's like, this guy, he was really short. And he's like, look at how short this dude is. And then he's like, and look at them feet. And I'm like, what? And he does that shit in front of and says that he does that crap and he does it loud, And like one day they were walking outside of the Walmart and they were getting ready to go in, and all of a sudden he spits up in the air, and all of a sudden, what comes up's got to go down. It's raining, and then all of a sudden she's he does the darndest things. I mean, like crazy stuff, It's like, and then she says he gets real. Like one time when they were over by the, like here in Phoenix, there's like two things that they lock up, and it's like the I think it's a baby formula and the paint supplies. They got locks like crazy all over them, right? And they got like a little camera there, and he was like ringing the buzzer, like he's like, man, my kid is hungry. You need to open this thing. I mean, because they were trying to get the baby stuff, and Vanessa was like so embarrassed, but he does those darndest things. It's just crazy, It tries to embarrass her in front of everybody,
I'll tell you what, I had something happen to me. It's been a year or so ago now. But I walked in Walmart and I don't even remember what I was looking for. But I got back in the section it was in. Well, there was one of them that said, one in the back. I had to bend over and reach up in there just as far as I could to get hold of it. And there was a lady walked up behind me, and I'm not goosey. And the lady walked up behind me and pinched me on my butt, and I like went through that row of shells.
Oh Lord!
I turned around and looked at her, and she was as red as a damn beet. And looked up, and there was 4 women standing down at the end of the road.
You're breaking up, Ron. You're sounding robotic, brother.
Yeah, here we go.
Did they all start laughing?
Oh yeah, they were watching her. They put her up to it, and they were cracking up. Well, she told me they bet me I would do it. I said, well, hell, you win any money doing it? She said, yeah. Well, hell, I bent over to you do it again then, and she did leave then. God damn, I like to wear her up.
One time we were going down the road. We were going to pick up my son from work, and my daughter Vanessa was with me. And usually the guys in the fire trucks are so good looking, all buffed out and everything. And there are a bunch of guys in the fire truck, and they were coming by. I said, blow him a kiss, blow him a kiss. She's like, no. I said, go ahead, blow him a kiss. I said, I'll give you $100. Blow him a kiss. I said, you want to go shopping or $100? Are you sure? Oh God. But she was so embarrassed, you know. It was funny. It's like, blow him a kiss, blow him a kiss, you know.
That's one of them deals, Janice. Like, we're not going to hurt each other now, are we?
But
You know, it was kind of funny. My first nomad crush was on Camper Van Kevin. I just loved the way, you know, he's got that Georgia boy accent a little bit, you know. And my dad's from Alabama, you know, so I'm used to that southern twang, you know. And when I first met Kevin, I was just like, man, I said, I'd like to take you home to my daddy. See the look on his face. It's so funny. But yeah, it was kind of funny. It was my first nomad crush.
I tell you what, he seemed like he's doing pretty good now. I was really worried about it.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. Yeah,
Okay.
from what I know of. I haven't talked to him in a while. We used to chit chat over Facebook every now and then. But I haven't talked to him in a minute. I wanted to go meet his friend Felix, you know, just to meet, because he's such a nice person, you know. He's just such a humble guy, and helping Kevin and everything when he was sick and all that. And I just never got a chance to, you know. He was in courtside the whole time that they had the RTR going on and everything. I think he was working by the camel rides. That's one thing we didn't get Kenny up on a camel. Next time, Kenny. Kenny, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm still listening. I'm just multitasking over here.
Somebody told me this, or I read it. That he was staying away.
You're breaking up, Ron. Every now and then you'll break up.
Okay, is that back up again now?
Yeah, it's okay right now.
It's good now.
But they said that he's getting away from people because they're always asking him how he is and how his cancer is and all that kind of stuff. He said, and, you know, I just don't want to talk about it all the time. And I understand that.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of a private kind of guy. He's like one of these guys you just, you know, he had a falling out with this one couple one time, and he and I were talking, and I said to him, I said, Kevin, I said, you know, I said, if you got a problem with them, or, you know, you guys got issues, I said, just go talk to him. Ooh, he didn't like that too well. He said, you egging me on? I said, no. I said, I'm on your side. I said, just go talk to him though, you know. But he really got mad at me, and then I was like, I didn't mean anything by it, you know, negative, you know. I just, you know, that's just how I am, you know, because I'm a counselor. I went to school for counseling. And he just got real mad. I said, you know what? I said, I used to like you. I said, but you know what? I don't like you anymore. And then I said that, I typed it to him, you know, on Facebook. We were checking back and forth. And then he did a what was it? He did a live feed with Backroads Nomad. It was on Thanksgiving a couple years ago. And him and Backroads is sitting there and they're talking and stuff. And then Kevin was like real quiet. I was sitting there watching them. He got real quiet, you know. And then he started to talk, and it was like he kind of like started I just want to like you know, because he was doing like that, right? And he's like, I don't know how it happened, but yeah, I just want to apologize to Miss Linda. People are like, who's Miss Linda? And I'm going, I'm Miss Linda. You It was kind of funny because, I mean, I didn't mean nothing by it when I said, hey, just go talk to him, and just, but it's kind of weird because when people, I've noticed the nomads, the YouTubers, mostly the nomads, I think when they get upset with somebody, a lot of times they just hold on to the grudge. They just don't want to let it go, and I just don't know what that is, but I don't know. But anyhow, but he publicly apologized to Miss Linda. He didn't say Camp Goer 1. He said Miss Linda in his southern drawl.
But you know what broke me a hole in a grudge? And now I'm funny if me and you get crossways today about something and you don't convince me I'm wrong, well, I'll back shelf. I'm not going to worry about it. But now 20 years later, if you cross me on the same thing, I'm going to be the same way I was to start with, unless something has happened to change my mind,
Yeah.
But I don't know. People are just funny. But if I get mad, now I'm mad enough that I'm like about, and it probably 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
You know?
I try to, I try to like just try to let it go, because it doesn't, I mean, I will try to talk to the person, which to me, I think that's the best way for, if you have a problem with somebody, just go and talk to them about it. Or, I mean, and I'm not the type that can't admit when I'm wrong or won't apologize. I'm not like that, because I will apologize or admit when I'm wrong. But sometimes, like with Kevin, I didn't mean nothing by it, but I said, hey, just go talk to him, and you got, hash it out with him, go talk to him, and he just got all kinds of mad at me. That's why I told him, I said, I used to like you. I don't like you anymore.
Well, when I figured out that it really did make me sick, if I really got mad, I got to thinking about it. I said, I'm the stupid one. If I let somebody make me mad enough to make me sick, and they're running around, they're fine.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
which one is the dumbass?
Well, you just got to let it go. You got to let it go. And just, I mean, like I said, you just can't, it's not healthy to carry it with you all the time and dwell on it, but some people do, and I don't. But it was nice for him to apologize. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And I said to him, and I told him, and I text messaged him personally. I messaged him through Facebook, and I said, apology accepted. So we were all good after that. I haven't run into him since I was over at Courtside. We didn't have a chance to do much, Kenny, when we were in Courtside.
Do what now? I'm sorry.
I said we didn't have a lot of time to do stuff.
No.
It just seemed like the week went so fast.
We of course, we wound up not even getting our day started till after 10:30.
But if we would have, because I wanted to go meet up with Full Tiny House with Dana and Steve and the kids. I wanted to go meet up with them, and I wanted to go, see a couple other people, but we just really didn't have the opportunity to do that. But if we would have been out there,
that's the reason why next time I come, I want to stay longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been 3 hours and 50 minutes, and it's about 15 minutes or 15 after 3 by the time for me to lay down and go to sleep for a little while.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's 20 after 2 over here.
Yeah, we got an hour on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we didn't catch not one bit of that, brother.
There you go.
Broke up. You broke up big time, brother.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good
See
night.
you now.
Okay.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
night. Everyone have a good night. Bye. Are you still there?